two are getting rough. My mind just sounds like Shia LaBeouf. It says no, 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 no. Just no, 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 no. And every time I see him with you, my heart sounds like Shia LaBeouf too. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Shia LaBeouf, it says no, 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 no. Just no, 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 no. And every time I see him with you, my heart sounds like Shia LaBeouf too. No, 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 no. No, no. No, 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 no.
Bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Suffocating, I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart fire. Connect the dots straight to the start of intoxicating want. Lingering touch, these soft words whispered in the dark. Set my heart on fire.
Change the world, look how we changed the game. Who said we can't change the world? No pain, no gain. We can't change the world. Look how we changed the game. Who said we can't change the world? Who said we can't change the world? Who said we can't change the world? No pain, no gain. After all the hard work, you can have all of this. Money in the car's clothes, you can have all of this. When you let the stress go, you can have all of this. You're looking at the best, so that's why I got all of this.
To you by StreamMe. We are in week number 7, top 8, and joining me once again for the week, finishing us off. Why not? Wonder Chef, ladies and gentlemen.
Why not? Why not? Thank you. I'm really happy to be here again. I had a lot of fun on Saturday, and now we're gonna have even more fun here, seeing the conclusion of that bracket.
Absolutely, and we got a nice few surprises in here with some of the competitors competing over in Vienality. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah, I think that's good.
All right, guys, and actually, we'll be right back. We're going to do a quick restart on the broadcast, and we'll be right back in 1 second.
We can't change the world. Look how we changed the game. Who said we can't change the world? No pain, no gain. We can't change the world. Look how we changed the game. Who said we can't change the world? Who said we can't change the world? Who said we can't change the world? No pain, no gain. After all the hard work, you can have all of this. Money in the car's clothes, you can have all of this. When you let the stress go, you can have all of this. You're looking at the best, so that's why I got all of this.
All right, guys, welcome back. Seems like we're having a couple of buried issues that we're going to be working on here in the next couple of minutes, but we'll go ahead and talk about what's going to be happening tonight. We do have the top 8 that is going to be going on, and like our first matchup, Deoxys and Ducky. I mean, this is Deoxys' first time making a top 8 here in Injustice 2 on War of the Gods, and he had a plethora of top 8s going back to when we had the Combat Cups and Conquests going on in MKX. I mean, he was that was the first game I ever heard of him in, up and coming and doing really well.
Yeah, I think that was the first game that he was really competitive in. I could be wrong on that, but definitely the first place that I ever saw him to.
Yep, and other notables tonight, I mean, we got OMX Beaton in here, and I know everyone loves to see him. I mean, he has, as you mentioned on Saturday, some of the best Fate setups and his best use of Fate tools and normals that you're really going to see in Injustice 2 to date. He's one of those guys where you give him these tools, and he can build anything with it, which is just amazing to watch. It's amazing to see it transition to what he does in the lab, which he seems to be this lab tech genius monster kind of guy, and then actually apply it in game. That's what's really hard with a lot of guys. And Chef, you've been around long enough to see these guys that can create and do amazing things in the lab, and for it to translate in a tournament, completely different story.
Right. I mean, there are so many people who, I mean, sometimes people don't even try. You know, you see people that are lab monsters and they've been lab monsters for years and they don't ever really get too many results. They're just happy making the tech. But Beaton, without a doubt, not one of those people. He combines them both, which is extremely rare. A lot of times you have the people who use the tech, you have the people who make it, but he is kind of both, which is just that much more terrifying.
Yeah, and we, like I said, we have a few new guys tonight. VTEC, who was one of the heroes of EVO this year. In here on the loser side, he's going to be facing HoneyBee, and Deoxys is going to be running into Blind Ducky, who has also had some decent success here early on in Injustice 2. Not as well as Injustice 1 so far, but he's trying to get back up to that level where near the end of Injustice's 1 lifespan, he was considered one of the best in the world.
He definitely was. But of course, Injustice is it's a very different game from 2 to 1. There are so many different characters, different character changes. the entire meta, I just feel, is very, very different. So I know it's a real struggle for a lot of the players that are trying to make it back to that point that they were in Injustice 1 and catch up a lot of these new players that came in through MKX. But that's what's so cool about it, is it's a mix of so many people that we saw from MKX and so many people that we saw in Injustice 1. And it's just this kind of mishmash of players.
Yeah, and as you see up on the winner's side, probably the favorite viewer-wise going into this, Beaton versus Perfect Legend. I mean, all of we talk about Beaton using all of Fate's tools to their absolute best, it seems, for now anyways. And then Perfect Legend, who does the exact same thing with Brainiac.
Yeah, Perfect Legend, especially post-patch, everybody has been watching him play Brainiac. I mean, more and more so as time went on. Of course, he started with Batman, then he slowly moved more and more to Brainiac. He still does play Batman a little bit, specifically actually in the mirror, but he has one of the coolest Brainiacs to watch. He's one of those aerial players that just loves dive kicks and aerial mobility and overwhelming his opponents. So that's the perfect character for him. And then, of course, going against Beaton, that's going to be potentially one of the best matches of the night. Yeah,
and in a matchup that I've actually grinded out a little bit with the likes of Echo, and I got to play a couple of Fate players at Combo Breaker, and both sides think that it might be a slight edge to Brainiac, who's just able to get around the zoning so easy. And Fate's one of the heavy zoners that doesn't have an air projectile or really a way to shut down anything coming out of the air other than his onks. But they again take setup, and Brainiac's going to try to be on you at all times, making you guess between dive kick, down one, which is probably the truest 50-50 in Injustice 2 right now, between instant air, dive kick, and down one. And yeah, so that's something to watch. And then, of course, the two noble guys there on top, Semiij and Illusions going at it. And guys, we are going to take a look at the top 5 plays from Saturday. Let's go and take a look. Number 5, Rivet Leafing pounces on Atai's chances of a win in a game number 5.
It still has the meter lead, so if you can force a wager out of Rivet, he's in a great position, but man, he's going to lose a lot of health. It came off his bar, and he's going to eat even more damage for it.
And he used so much meter in that he's losing all of his resources, actually gaining them back pretty quickly while he's taking damage, but he's losing health, and that's huge. This might kill.
And it does.
Wow. Number 4, Dab and Illusions find themselves in an intense scramble situation early on in their encounter.
Oh, and the Parademon is wasted.
Doesn't use the bar for the restand, gets a raw grapple anyway. That was nasty. And oh no, he actually got the bar back, but didn't realize it. And this could be a comeback from Dab. Oh,
he gets through.
Oh my god.
Number 3, Atai's situational awareness goes unquestioned with a blue beetle float into a meter burn cancel kill.
And he has been all over these pounces. And that down 2, the extended down 2 with the straight, that was paying off. What a cancel! Okay, now we see a little bit of...
Number 2, Ducky's Hyena gets vertical, bringing Young Monster back down to earth in a game 5.
That's surprising. Maybe trying to save it for Super? Oh, or Cupcakes. Cupcakes can really lock you into place for a lot of chip. Oh, but gets right under. One more hit could do it, even if it's a shield.
Oh, and actually blocked it instead of parrying it. And then, oh no, the hyena actually took it out of the air. Oh my gosh.
Number 1, Dab baits a dive kick into massive damage, regaining momentum in his early match versus Menard.
Rushdown. He really likes to bully people. That's always been his style. Superman, Aquaman, Martian Manhunter, Jax, all of them, they've got that similar type of thing going on for them. And I think that Darkseid is a very, very different character than what he's used to. Whoa, what a way to beat the dive kick!
All right, guys, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the top 5 plays from Saturday. If you guys did tune in on Saturday, you guys saw those, but we wanted to highlight the top 5 plays. Dab, with that jump 3 that was so low to the ground, was amazing. And all right, guys, we got a first match up. It is going to be Deoxys versus Blind Ducky. And I tell you what, those invites went out, and by the time I looked, I hit the button, I looked up and they were there. That was amazing. I want to give these two props. They came in so fast, and we got the first match of tonight's top 8. There's going to be Deoxys and Blind Ducky going at it. Scarecrow versus Harley. And this is going to be the ultimate battle of someone without a projectile, someone that loves the up-close game, trying to get in on the amazing zoning of Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and on the way here, Deoxys did have to fight quite a few zoners. He had to fight Icarus, Rewind, Beaton, all zoners, Vendetta even, just trying to make it all the way to this top 8. We saw him, I think, use Supergirl one single time, but looks like he's been mostly sticking with Scarecrow. So Scarecrow, of course, needs to get inside, but has all the tools possible to make it possible.
Yeah, and even Blind Ducky actually ran into this matchup early on in the tournament with a 3-0 victory over Ragnarok, and his only loss of the tournament so far to Perfect Legend.
Yeah, of course, another one of those characters that needs to get inside, but Scarecrow's not going to have that kind of mobility, as nowhere near that sort of aerial mobility in particular. Still, though, making it happen, just doing a little bit of damage. This is definitely going to be all about keeping out versus trying to get in, which is pretty much the classic style that you need, or that you usually see in a match that has Scarecrow. But now he's inside and he didn't even go for a single command grab. All he wanted to do was just check, spend all that meter in his build.
I mean, look at how much bar he has, and he's going to build bar every time he does a special move, even after the +6. That's what makes Scarecrow so scary.
Oh, that is exactly perfect. I love the fact that he's a character actually based on making your opponent afraid. It is so perfect.
What a jump. What recognition there by Deoxys on the fly to know that he activated the Hyena there, and he can't do anything about it. So he got the normal, jumped over, and was able to continue to apply pressure on the other side. That was so smart. Oh, what a beamer back 3.
It was a good call, but good patience by Ducky to block it, and now this should be close to, okay, could have gone for a little bit more unclashable. Still decides to make Deoxys clash. No meter for either person, so I understand it.
By Ducky still has a wager, now has the bar, so everything in his favor, and Deoxys immediately comes off it.
I'm starting to enjoy this.
Stop having fun.
He's gonna make Ducky come off of his, but I don't know if he has the damage after this wager to get a kill, unless if he gets a successful jump 3, he get about 350 off of that. And they had no meter there to get anything off it. He's gonna go for some tick throws here. He does not. Instead, he starts stagger differently. He doesn't respect the wake up.
Oh. He went for a pretty meaty string to try and stuff it no matter what, but unfortunately, it wasn't quite timed well enough. It is a little bit difficult to stuff Tantrum Stance. It's not the normal wake up in the fact that you could just stuff it with any sort of mid, because it does go pretty low pretty quickly. So I think that may have been the reason why it didn't work. And that was pretty close. I feel like maybe if there was any even time to see Deoxys get a trait activation out at the very end, that might have put it into a little bit of a scary situation, but it did go down to the wire. It was close. It's just one read either way.
Yeah, down to the last hit. Can't ask for anything else here. It's especially in competition. You want these matches close. Yeah, Deoxys, just a couple things differently going his way, and it would have been a completely different story. An air-to-air here, just a little bit more damage here or there. Just it's different reads, because I noticed early on, Blind Ducky kept winning the air-to-air trades, and that's something that Scarecrow players probably aren't used to with that jump 3. That's so active. But
jump
these,
3 or jump 2.
yeah, and these instant jump normals are I've seen. Like, instant jump normals are becoming a meta here in this game, where you just get those active frames out there as quick as possible, and then go to town. I mean, Superman's jump back 1, and then Harley, you see him do right there. I believe that is her jump 1 or jump 2 as well. Activates so fast.
Similar.
Yeah, activates incredibly fast and covers a lot of forward. It has a really good forward hitbox, and it covers a lot of ground.
Wow, and that was a really good knowledge of a gap in the 1-2-3 string. Now, I know that Ducky does play a lot with White Boy. They are friends, so I'm sure that he's got quite a bit of experience, at least in this matchup.
Very good use of the air blast from Deoxys to get out of all that zoning and just going in right now. Didn't close it out. He could have killed with possibly the chain grab ender or even a fear blast. And I love his use of the air one to get out of some of this potential chip. Oh, but he's eating so much zoning right now. Finally, we see a teleport. Scarecrow in that huge jump 2. Going to some huge plus frames here. And in the corner. This is scary.
Ooh, wow, he was actually too far for the down 1 tick throw to connect. You very rarely see that.
Stop having fun.
That just goes to show how far that down 1 goes as well. Because if it hits farther than the command grab does, enter us, please.
It's basically a projectile. All right, so Ducky does get the life bar, and he's going to get himself out of the corner. Plenty of space to move back, unless he wants to apply some corner pressure, which it looks like he does. That should be a pretty good combo.
That switch of zoning to aggression is so smart from Ducky. He was content with zoning that entire time. It's just, you know what? I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going in with Tantrum. Got him.
And that is pretty risky against Scarecrow, too. Scarecrow is really good at punishing that, as long as he's got one bar, which of course he did. And that's not the first time we've seen the Air Fear Blast used to get over the Hyena. It's such a smart idea. Builds him a little bit of meter, gets rid of the chip, gets rid of that whole situation, but of course Harley can cover it.
Ooh. Got him with a neutral jump. Into that jump 3. It was a little bit ambiguous. Ooh, an empty jump. Even that's scary from Scarecrow.
That's almost enough. It is enough. He catches the flip out. Very smart. I mean, Ducky had to try something right there. That was really the only option. But, of course, Scarecrow, you can never really flip out against him in the corner. He's always going to catch you with a down 1 or a stand 2, and he does the stand 2, the kick loop, the funniest corner combo.
Yeah, one of the best looking corner combos in the game. This man just kicks you, and he can go up to, what, 7 or 8 times before gravity eventually kicks in and goes, okay, now they're going to fall. But even there at the end, Deoxys almost let that go. Blind Ducky, again, doing those instant jump normals, beating out Deoxys' jump 3 attempt because it takes a little time for that jump 3 to become active. But luckily,
I would like to...
Go for it.
I would love to see some more maybe jump 1s, which is really not a jump normal that we ever see from Scarecrow, but maybe it could win in that situation, or maybe even try to bait the instant jumps with his own like maybe neutral jump 2. Just a few different options that we might not see.
I just saw Harley hit for over 400 mid-screen. I don't know what I'm witnessing right now, but Harley started to do some damage right now. And here we go. Comes off the bar, goes some plus frames. Now it's Mix City. He's gonna 1, 2, 3. Very good push block. He would have eaten even more plus frames. Would have had to guess again. That's one thing I'm surprised that didn't happen in the last patch was the 1, 2, 3 getting touched. I expected everything else to say, but that 1, 2, 3 being plus just it's an added tool to Scarecrow's arsenal.
It is, and it's so good, but we've already seen Ducky take advantage. In fact, there's a gap before the 3. He used the meter burn interactable, launched for a full combo. Very smart. So, again, that just might be one of those things that people aren't really taking advantage of the knowledge of. Just not there yet. Big corner combo. Now, here's the question. Will Ducky back up or aggress?
Got aggressive,
like
but he was able to get out of there just in case he kind of went aggressive then backed off. And that's really good recognition to see the delay wake up and then to regain the space with that backdash.
And it's not actually that easy for Scarecrow to anti Harley, because Harley, well, I guess Scarecrow does have a great down 2. It's not that fast, and Harley's jump 2, her jump arc in general comes at you so fast. Her jump 2 is almost like a dive kick.
Oh, and a double overhead for Ducky. Very rarely do you see it jumping into the overhead gun. And Deoxys is going to hold on to dear life with 0.13 health remaining. And the Hyena's coming. That Hyena's been doing work since Saturday. Everyone keeps trying to jump, but the Hyena happens to jump himself, bites you out of the air. He says, get back down here. I ain't done with you.
Yeah, and even if you do manage to somehow get over it, Harley always has the options to throw cupcakes, do the up gun. Just check you out of the air. So the Hyena, you gotta respect the Hyena. That's the biggest change to her game plan in this game. And the Hyenas, they set so much up.
And it just kind of completes her package of she can throw that, react accordingly. What's the biggest thing I've seen is that she uses it, and she can cover so many wake-ups with it. Knock down in the corner, throw that Hyena, and then almost put you in a guessing situation, because if it's delayed, you can wake up, hit Harley, but the Hyena comes no matter what. Hits you, and now you're back to being knocked down in the corner. She throws out another treat, and you're like, okay, this is fun.
Yeah, she's got that Batman effect where while she's using or used one trait, the other one is building. So constantly, they're just constantly rebuilding one after the other, and they build on separate meters, as you can see. So yeah, they're almost always ready. And we don't really see 2 in a row that often, but I don't know why not.
And there we go, throwing in the Hyena off a knockdown. Ooh, goes for the restand this time though. It actually read right and waited and did the down 2, but it still wasn't enough. And that Toxic's coming out. Oh, luckily able to stop that corner pressure, which would have done immense chip damage and gained him some more plus frames because he would have built another bar. And he built it right there. Here we go. 2, 2, 2. He's gonna end it. 1, 2, 3 into the command grab.
And always such solid damage into Oki.
And that looked like a punish. That was so smart from Ducky. You know he's got the matchup knowledge. If he knew that Deoxys was going to cancel that swing, just like every Scarecrow player likes to do in that situation.
Yeah, you really have to be ready and make that hard read and commit to the hard read of when he's going to be canceling it. Because, of course, he can cancel it on like 1 to 4 different hits. So, Ducky, like you said, got that experience.
For a smart guy, that's a dumb idea.
And they go 2 for 2. Ducky keeping up this aggression with a health lead, trying to close out his first match against Deoxys here on the loser side.
Oh, that should be some good Oki. Nope, doesn't bait the wake up this time, which is weird because we've seen Ducky bait the wake up almost every single time so far. I guess he just assumed that it was already conditioned.
And now he's hungry full screen. He's eating cupcakes right now. And throwing in the tricky bomb, you never see that from hard players. Ducky's got to be feeling himself a little bit.
Yeah, well, at this point, the life lead is so huge. Oh, wow, we see a teleport. So rare, but sometimes it's so rare that you forget that it's even a tool in his kit.
Moving to the corner. Ducky, yeah. I like that wager. You don't want Scarecrow to get going in that corner.
Yeah, just complete. Even if Ducky didn't have any meter, he would have done that just to completely kill the momentum because that was really the start of a comeback. And now Deoxys has to get back in. Ducky still has meter. It's not a good spot. Wow, that was so preemptive. That down 2 came out before Deoxys even left the ground and converts off of it perfectly enough to get the win.
Yeah, by the time his feet left the ground, he went right into some active frames. He was just like, you know what? Scarecrow's right in front of me. He's gonna do jump. He's gonna do jump 3, right? And what a read to close us out from Ducky.
I mean, he's got it. You gotta expect it. And honestly, it's not easy to anti-air that jump 3. It's one of the toughest jump attacks in the entire game to anti-air. So, I mean, that just shows again, Ducky knew in that situation. He's like, I bet there's gonna be a jump attack coming out. Throw that down 2 preemptively, and I mean, matchup experience means so much. We saw it so much in that blowing up gaps, knowing exactly how to punish certain weird situations, exactly when to throw out preemptive anti-airs, which is really something you don't see that often. So, good stuff to Ducky.
Yeah, and that matchup knowledge, it looks like and I even saw at over there in Vienna that a lot of people love to throw out really quick jump normals and even there preemptively, because the best way to beat that jump 3 is to beat it before it becomes active. Because once it becomes active, that's where it becomes a nightmare, because pretend Guile does flash kick, but instead of straight up, it goes straight down. You know, that's why I like to look at it. Is someone jumps at you with a flash kick, and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna block real quick. All right. What am I guessing next?
Oh yeah, and then it puts you into that situation. You know, is there going to be a 1, 2, 3? Is there going to be a command grab? Is there going to be a tick throw? Which tick throw is it going to be? There's just too many guessing games, and then he probably just going to jump 3 again anyway. So you gotta deal with it before that even starts.
And up next we have VTEC versus HoneyBee going on the opposite end of the losers bracket, and VTEC coming in. The only loss to Semiij. Other than that, he has had a pretty good bracket. A couple close ones. 3-2 with Escape Bravo, Kinetic Predator. 3-2 with a tie. 3-2 with Buffalo. This man has been put through the ringer to get into this top 8.
Well, almost. He certainly has, but not as much as HoneyBee. HoneyBee was knocked into losers, I believe, first round on Saturday. So he had to play, I believe he's 9 matches in, or he's 10 matches. He's won 10 matches. He beat Crazy Fingers. He beat Savvy, who's the one who put him into losers. Syndicate, Dab, who had that amazing dark side, which is one of my actually favorite players that I watched on Saturday. He has beat so many people. Get Wrecked. And actually, unfortunately, we didn't get to see that final match that he was supposed to have against Tweedy because Tweedy unfortunately had to leave. But I would have loved to see that. It's my favorite
We were
beef.
so close to getting that treat again. But let's go and take a look at some highlights from that previous match that did end up going in Blind Ducky's favor. Take it away, Chef.
Yeah, we saw just such good spacing in general. So many. Actually, that was one of the biggest adaptations that we saw overall from Deoxys was he started to bait that wake up, and Ducky stopped doing the wake up, but of course we saw him lose an entire game to that, which is unfortunate, and picking up the win after the flip out. Such a good bait. Deoxys playing just so solid the entire time, but of course Ducky had such a control of the just entire space, the entire stage, and just didn't let Deoxys get in. Just a really solid play by both players. Didn't go really one way or the other until the very, very end of pretty much every game.
Yep, and guys, as we mentioned, VTEC versus HoneyBee coming next. HoneyBee newly added to Beast Coast. So he's BC HoneyBee, and moving on right there after Evo, getting with another org. We'll see what he can do here. And as you said, he's been put through the ringer going into losers. His very first match, having to fight his way through that losers bracket. He was working as much as we were, Chef, from start to end on Saturday. That's what happens when you get put in losers immediately, and you just have to play through that entire thing. VTEC, known for his Batman, upset Foxy at Evo, and HoneyBee, the Flash God Lord himself, none other than the Godskin, right?
Oh, of course he would. Of course he would use it. I bet he calls it the HoneyBee skin. I would put money on that.
And
that is appropriate.
VTEC looking like the Superman Buster suit from Batman vs. Superman with all that armor and then the light blue lights in there.
Oh yeah, it does. You very rarely see anybody use that shading with the light blue lights. But this is a matchup just like the last one. It's going to be a whole lot about if you can keep him out, and not managing to already, but a drop's pretty big.
Yeah, he's already eaten 3 overheads and then an unblockable interactable so far in this match. This is a perfect start for HoneyBee. The Flash, who else wants to get a quick start? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean both jokingly, but also truly, he does need a very, very good start, especially against Batman. If Batman gets any sort of momentum, he starts bringing up bats, he starts his zoning game, it is very, very tough, and Flash has to play such a slower-paced game. But if he does actually get that fast start, it's exactly what we see right here. Now look, you see VTEC, he doesn't feel like he can zone, he feels like he has to go in, and when he goes in, he could make mistakes that allow HoneyBee to get that opening, get that damage, and close it out.
Oh, and he's made all the right reads so far. 11 away from bringing this thing back in. HoneyBee, just like that, let it go. He was in a huge health lead, and VTEC, as you mentioned, said, okay, I'm not going to try to zone. I have to go in, because Flash with a health lead can get disgusting, and that may have been an input error. I don't think he meant for that 4-3 to cross up, but it did anyway.
Oh yeah, and then I think an input error was what started this whole combo. We saw a raw back 3 from point blank. I don't think that was what he meant to do. Probably back 2-3, but wow, the parry read! So smart, but if that was a low, he would have been punished, or even if it was a cancel.
And looked like a strip guard with that down 1-2, and into the corner we go. What's going to be the setup? Luckily, getting VTEC off a little bit of armor, a meter there. Oh, and a cross up again, forcing the wager from HoneyBee.
This isn't a time trial. You're still a step slow.
We have seen so many crosses 4-3s already. I mean, that is like the 3rd or 4th. And a lot of them just hit neutral. The thing is, if you see it coming and you stand up, sometimes you don't stand up fast enough, and even if you're high blocking, it's already gone over your body. And so it's a very, very weird, ambiguous process.
I like that from VTEC. He said, HoneyBee, you're blocking everything right now. Throw. And just like that, run it back 2-3. What a turnaround from VTEC. Taking the match. HoneyBee with a full stick of butter. This man was sitting on super and died with all of his resources. VTEC taking game number 1.
Wow, yeah, that was almost an actual flawless life bar for HoneyBee for that first full life bar, but then VTEC literally flawless life bar him.
Did the same exact thing back to him.
Yeah, that is, like I said, it's a very, very momentum-based match. Flash has to never, ever let Batman get started because it's so hard to get in on him. Playing neutral against Batman, if you don't have like really special tools or like projectiles, is tough. Trait is one of the best footsie tools in the entire game. Batman's trait.
Yeah, and that's the thing about getting the health lead on a character like Flash is that once you have that health lead, he has to try to force the situation by trying to come in. And really, what's great about it is you try to get Flash off his resources in the attempt. And Batman, one of the best at the keep away game, especially with that trait. But HoneyBee already off to a big start, and now VTEC on the defensive, and that parry looked like it might have been active enough, but it was not, and HoneyBee just back doing his way through that.
That was like 1 frame away.
It had to have been. I actually couldn't believe it. HoneyBee getting off to a quick start once again. Oh, the laser became active! Not like this!
Oh, that was not the right combo. That is going to be a huge damage drop and a huge momentum drop.
Not till these boots melt.
Oh, that was a little savage from HoneyBee. He does not want any momentum going VTEC's way after that first game.
Yeah, and we say that, you know, he can't let VTEC get anything started, but if anybody can do it, it's Flash. Flash has some of the highest damage, some of the craziest mix-ups, they just all lead into each other. But here it is again. I mean, it's not out of VTEC's court. He could potentially still get this all started.
Yeah, we're rocking right into only room master territory, but that should close it out. It's going to be close. 11:98 left. Activates his trait, gets him off it. HoneyBee still has a wager, though, and a meter lead. Not looking good for VTEC.
Ooh, he's caught him with quite a few things. Okay, immediately clashing. This is something that we saw in the last game, where you clash not even to prevent the damage exactly, but just to stop the momentum. And
HoneyBee comes off 2 bars just to refill the health bar. I'm about to say, if VTEC could come back with 11 health against the entire bar of Flash, I mean, that's 2 games right there, right? We should just advance them.
Yeah, no, I think that's the rule. Is if you make that True Master comeback twice, then you auto win, right?
Yes.
Once to maybe twice, it's like guaranteed. No, but you see actually tons of crazy momentum shifts and comebacks from any match that has Flash involved, because Flash, of course, has, I want to say, the best comeback potential in the entire game. I feel like that may be a little bit of an overstatement, but it might not be.
Used to be Black Adam. I think.
That's true.
But guys, don't forget to use hashtag War of the Gods on Twitter. And engage with us tonight. You see Perfect Legend there talking on Twitter. See him play live here on StreamMe. Watch his tournament matches. I believe he's going to be doing it from his personal stream, but you can also see it here on the War channel as VTEC is off to his first good start of the match against HoneyBee. He has been fighting from behind since the first round.
Yeah, and this is, of course, VTEC's first top 8 ever, but he is playing really, really well. We've seen maybe like one real weird drop from him, but otherwise, I mean, he's been doing great. HoneyBee obviously just got 2nd place at EVO. He is nothing short of one of the best players in the entire world. Flash Godlord is a little bit of a joke, but it's also not entirely untrue. And VTEC is going head-to-head with him. He's got a solid lead right now.
Yeah, some of the things that HoneyBee did in that top 8 at EVO were just insane. And being in that crowd, guys, I never thought I would get hyped for a non-American in a NRS-made game, top 8 at EVO. But wow, did HoneyBee win the hearts over at everyone in that crowd. I'm sure everyone watching from home.
Oh yeah, he had those moments. You know, sometimes you see those moments that you're like, wow, this is only going to happen once every major, maybe. You're going to get a moment that good. And he pulled that out like every game. Like not even every set, like every game. I don't understand it, but he's just one of those clutch players.
Batman.
Just as I say that, he's starting to bring it back against VTEC. Now he's got the lead. All he needs is one more opening.
Whoa, did that Sonic Pound actually have a hitbox behind it in the air? Oh my lord. Keeping it on wager ball and gets to jump in on the parry attempt. HoneyBee did, in fact, bring that back against VTEC. Coming from behind, very similar to what VTEC did to him in game number 1.
Yeah, again, just very momentum based, and I actually love that last combo where he did the launcher immediately into trait, into meter burn back 3, into back 3, and just went up for the mix up. That was really cool. Flash able to keep it unclashable relatively well.
Yeah, HoneyBee going up 2-1 now on VTEC, one of the heroes of EVO, facing off against another one of the heroes of EVO. Here on War of the Gods top 8, the winner of this is going to move on to a potential 5th place. And they will be playing for the money after that point. Okay, HoneyBee, I think, just made up 2 conversions on the spot. I don't know if you saw that. I'm pretty sure that he was just like, okay, I'm pretty sure that if I just press another button, it's going to work out. And it did, as he starts off with a flawless against VTEC.
Yeah, I saw that. He had some normals that went backwards. That was a bunch of really weird stuff, but this is looking really good. The potential's definitely there. Oh, I was going to say for a perfect, but it's gone now. Still, I mean, I don't know how VTEC's going to do it. VTEC obviously can make the comeback, but from this...
You're going to get hurt. Not today.
We've seen some crazy things before.
Oh, that's definitely a good start.
Oh no, doesn't finish the combo. And HoneyBee, wow, anti-air, raw forward 3 in the neutral.
Pulling your punches.
Yeah, that wasn't even within a range that the 4-3 would have connected. He just knew. I don't understand. That was a beautiful bait.
I guess one of those things where, you know, you're facing his Batman. He said, okay, odds are they're jumping with jump 2, right? it's like he just played the percentage game there. And, ooh, the down 1-2 beating at the start of the back 3. And this could potentially take HoneyBee home. And what a meter break cancel! That was such a sexy conversion by HoneyBee to close it out against VTEC. He's going to move on the loser side.
Yeah, that was a very excellent conversion. He knew exactly how much damage he needed to do, and HoneyBee's mind must just like, I don't know, it must look like a whiteboard in some sort of college math classroom. There just must be so many different like strings, like combo strings and combo paths and different weird conversions that you must have to know. You know, I mean, each one into like 7 different Oki situations, and I mean, it's like.
And then on the bottom, right, on the bottom of the board, he's got the longest equation that's 29 normals long, and at the end it just says equals restand. That's right. That's why I just imagine like once they find that trait combo in the restand, they're like, okay, we're in there.
Yeah, he's I think he's actually got 2 ways to restand now. But yeah, Flash, I love the fact that we're just seeing more and more tech out of him. Just almost every day we see something new for Flash. He's one of those characters where the creativity really comes through, and HoneyBee's just taking advantage of literally all of that, and he's just doing better and better as time goes on. I love it.
And up next we have the battle of character specialists going on. Perfect Legend versus OMGX Beaton.
Oh, I am so excited for this. Literally 2 of my maybe top 4 favorite players in the entirety of Injustice to watch. Of course, Perfect Legend and Beaton, both really sticking with their guns. PL, it's so interesting to see him switch from a character that's generally considered higher tier than the character that he ended up switching to, but he's just always been a player that really needs to stick to his own style, or he doesn't do quite as well.
Yeah, and as you mentioned earlier on the broadcast, Brainiac really does fit his style. Going back through the Mortal Kombats, having those dive kicks available. And Brainiac's dive kick is no joke. It is no joke at all. And the fact that he has added mobility on top of that, and he's able to mix things up with that dive kick, with the down 1 being low. I mean, primarily, I believe in general, MK games, down 1s being mids. That he the way that he plays them, and I actually tried maining Brainiac for a while, and I ended up just kind of throwing in the towel there. But man, the way that he just plays Brainiac, and he always thinks one step ahead. He always knows what he's got loaded. He always knows what space he can do stuff. Sometimes he rolls the dice and he's like, okay, I'm a savage. I'm waking up with dive kick. But the way that he just pieces together everything that Brainiac has is beautiful. Beaton's power just went out. So we're actually going to move on to the Noble Team Kill, and we'll come back to the Perfect Legend Beaton match. So the suspense builds here on War of the Gods, and we have to come back to this match. We try to talk it up as best we can, but we'll come back to it. Don't you guys worry. And we also have some highlights of HoneyBee doing some work with Flash. Completely forgot. We've got some pretty cool highlights. So I hope that we clipped that mirror back 3 cancel in the middle of that trade. That was nuts. That was just nuts. Going in, there's that cross-up forward 3 from VTEC. We saw so many of them early on in these matches. And all right, getting the corner push here. HoneyBee, this was game number 1, where HoneyBee was really playing from ahead the whole time, but VTEC bringing things back and taking game number 1, and then HoneyBee just turning things around completely. He was tired of it. He said, "Okay, I'm not losing this health lead," and just goes ham, making all the right reads. Getting the health lead early. There was that okay, that looked like it should have worked. I swear on, I don't care whose grave I gotta put it on. but that parry should have worked right there. There's a 4-3, getting the anti-air, and here's where just everything keeps converting into itself from HoneyBee, and he could do no wrong in this match. Getting the kill there and moving on to take it, and this was the closeout. Right when VTEC was about to take that bar of health, trying to give himself just a glimmer of hope, and HoneyBee says, not today. Comes off all the resources, gets the kill, moving on to loser's side.
Yeah, so many good conversions. I swear, though, every single one of those was a different combo path. Every single one. It's that must be like some ridiculous, I don't know, memorization skills. I don't know what else could it be. Especially learning new ones all the time. Just, you know, learning just all the new restands, all the new mix-ups. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely, guys. While we wait for the next match to get up in here, Beaton is going to be hoping that the power comes back on. But guys, don't forget, here on War of the Gods, every single week, not just the finale, there are points on the line and there is money on the line. First place getting $250 every week. Second place, $150. Third and fourth place, $50 respectively. And points coming from first all the way down to top 32, as you see there. And then the big $10,000 season finale at the end. Top 8 in points get to compete in it. $4,000 to first place, trickling down to sixth place. All you have to do is make top 8 and really just get one win, and you're in the money.
Yeah, and that's getting ever closer. Getting closer and closer to the finale. I can't wait to see that. I really want to see if Semiij, in particular, can continue his dominance. I mean, obviously, he's won every single week, but the real week that matters is that final, that final one.
Precisely.
But, we're seeing him right here against Illusions in the team kill, potentially, and I don't know. We got to see if he can actually win 5 weeks in a row.
Yeah, and Illusions not going with his patented yellow and black green arrow, going with a demon skin, and Semiij breaking out that tournament shader, supporting the tournament scene. Shout outs to him. And woo, off to a good start was Illusions, but one cat dash wasn't even armored, and getting 414 off it, getting Semiij back into this match.
That is really what Semiij is best at as a Catwoman player. I think more so than most of the other Catwomans.
Oh!
He is great at just throwing out those cat dashes is what I was about to say. And thank you for showing exactly what I was trying to say, Semiij.
And Illusions was in block. And the moment that the mind told the hand to walk forward or jump was the moment that cat dash hit him. And I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen someone successfully block that jump into the EX down arrow. I think that is unblockable. It hits on 14 sides of you, and it's how do you block it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I actually literally don't know what side it's on usually. It's so ambiguous.
And Illusions off to a great start. Keeping Semiij at bay with his health lead. Keeping him out. All he's falling for really are those 2 cat dashes, and that's it.
It's going perfectly.
My kingdom for a spray bottle.
Yeah, this is a very different zoning match than Catwomans are usually used to. And I feel like, particularly in this match, a lot of the nerfs that she received against zoning are going to hurt her a lot more. This is one of the matchups where she can't literally just sit there and dodge every single projectile that comes her way. She actually has to get on that zoning, and the fact that she lost the armor on Cat Dash means that she doesn't have quite as easy of a way to get it.
Precisely, but still able to be so effective, and he is now is that 3 for 3 on Cat Dash? Raw Cat Dash?
I think it may be. I think the luck is with Semiij. Maybe it's not even luck. He just knows. He knows exactly when you want to move. He's not punishing whiffs. He's not punishing you blocking the wrong way. He's just stopping you from moving.
Cat's napped.
Aw, let's keep playing.
It's like he has that sixth sense of when are you going to let go of block? Ooh. There was a lot of respect there when they were standing next to each other.
There was. It was really good patience from Semiij, managing to just get a little bit of chip and not get opened up by one of the million little tricks that Illusion's throwing out. And nice anti-air.
The immediate air tech from Illusions, and now he's building on it. A couple more arrows, and that should do it. And the down one into the chip. That was so smart from Illusions. And that down one has some great range. He's able to get it on chip alone. And here's a perfectly good waste of an apple.
He takes one bite out of it. One single bite. Was he like not very hungry? Did he already eat lunch today? And he's like, wait a minute, I don't need this. Maybe it wasn't a good apple. Maybe he's like, you know what? This apple's a little bit sour. I think I'll just get another one. I'm going to use this one for target practice. I don't know.
He's going to use the next one in the next match if he gets a win. I'll tell you that. He says, I've got a whole bushel of apples. We're just giving them away.
Yeah, where does he keep all these apples? Where did he get all these apples?
The same place he keeps an infinite amount of arrows, Chef. An infinite amount. Okay? He has apples there too.
Quiver. A magic quiver of arrows and apples.
And apples. Precisely. It used to be apples and fireworks. Or sorry, it used to be arrows and fireworks. Now it's arrows and apples.
Oh, didn't have the meter to get the full conversion. Illusion's doing so well. This is, again, probably going to come down to interactables. This is, of course, one of the best saves for interactables. Huge conversions, but a big drop. Semiij really needed that to take back the life lead.
Yeah, that's something that I've known Semiij for, are the cool conversions like that. I mean, the highlight from on Saturday alone of him getting that conversion off a trade on a cat dash. But he's, even go back to MKX, amazing at conversions, especially the interactables. This man labs interactables more than I think I see anyone else. So yeah, that was a big stop in his comeback here. But as I'm talking, this man had just made that comeback.
Catwoman still has that damage, even though it was nerfed a little bit, especially the corner damage. She still got top tier damage. I mean, she always has. It didn't get nerfed really that much. She's no Aquaman or Black Adam, so the comeback potential is always there.
Rest in peace, Aquaman, guys. 2017 to 2017. 200 to 300 damage, Aquaman.
Never allowed to live.
Never allowed to live.
Rip.
And we didn't see one single Aquaman on War of the Gods on Saturday. And coming into tonight as well. If we go an entire week of War of the Gods without seeing Aquaman, guys, I am changing my name.
Wow, what are you going to be?
Mr. Black Adam!
Dinah knows we're just fighting.
No! Oh no, that's you got to change your name to somebody else that you're never going to play. Just like Injustice 1.
Mr. Ares, because he ain't coming back.
Oh,
Because he ain't
no.
coming back. Oh no!
Oh, that's just heartbreaking.
Okay, guys, going back into the match. Illusions got the health lead back, and he has just been playing lights out. And it hasn't been keep away. It's been the slight zoning tools into just control, mixing up with the jump 3 and then the arrows. He's just done such a great job of controlling this match against someone who you almost never get to control the match against. And he's up 2-0 now on Semiij.
Wow, 2-0 against Semiij. When's the last time somebody was up 2-0 against Semiij?
I have no idea. If we're being
yeah.
completely honest. And there goes the second apple wasted from Illusions tonight. This man, I'm gonna call you out, okay?
Catwoman.
You're lucky it's biodegradable.
Do you just hope that Green Arrow just never wins?
Well, a little
Just
bit.
so the food's not wasted. Just so the food's
Yeah,
not
I know,
wasted.
right?
Yeah, yeah. It's
That's his souvenir. Is he bites an arrow, puts an arrow through it, and then he hands it to a kid.
Here, kid, have an apple arrow.
Yeah. And then the kid's just like, what am I gonna do with this? And then Green Arrow already walked away. Ooh, really good block on that arrow. So scary.
And Illusion's already again with a huge life lead, but of course this is the really scary spot. Now, Catwoman's corner pressure was nerfed a lot with the fact that her cat stance cartwheel is not plus anymore, but she's still scaring the corner. Of course, Green Arrow is one of the best at getting out of the corner. He has so many different options, especially that meter burn slide. The fact that it's plus on block, gives that push back, and even on block just pushes you so far out, which is literally exactly what we saw.
Yeah, it's Green Arrow's wake-up game. If you don't lab it 100%, can be so annoying. I know every time I knock down Green Arrow, I'm like, okay, for some reason I have to guess.
You do. I mean, the fact that he could Savage Blast, or he could, do the slide, or he could just jump, or do something Maniac-like, or actually now, of course, he's got the bow spin that he can meter burn, make safe.
And then, hear me out, Chef. You say, okay, I have the balls to challenge him on wake up. I'm going to do a meaty neutral jump, okay? Meaty neutral jump normal, and he wakes up with up arrow. What? Are you kidding me? Semiij.
At that point, I think you just have to put the controller down and just say, okay, you got this one. Let's go to the next game.
Precisely, as Semiij ties us up here in game number 3. Illusion's looking for the sweep on our 4-time champion. 4-time straight champion, I should say, here on War of the Gods.
Yeah, that is not easy. That's like winning 4 majors in a row. I mean, if not tougher than that.
I thought cats napped.
Aw, let's keep playing.
One thing that Green Arrow does have going for him is he has some of the best Clash quotes in the game, especially with himself.
Yeah, those are really good. Or I love the ones, of course, with Black Canary. But yeah, no, he's always just he's one of those characters. And NRS is so good at writing that Johnny Cage type character.
Yep.
So giving them a character like Green Arrow, naturally they're like, yeah, we know how to do this.
And they gave him a glorious mustache. Okay, NRS, I noticed. I saw it. I'm gonna give you props. What a glorious mustache this man has upon his upper lip. Oh, and almost got the conversion there with Semiij. Looks like he went for a down one there. As the gravity was fading, and ooh, Illusions was ready for the cat dash this time. Not paying off for Semiij was that raw cat dash. And hanging on to a health lead again as Illusions here late in the set.
Drop was pretty big. Gives Semiij another chance, but Semiij still kind of muscle memorying that slightly lower jump 2. Threw out that jump 2 just at a spot where it actually whiffed. But he soon was. Oh, and this is getting close. Can Illusion sweep the 4-time in a row champion? Looking good. All he needs is a few more openings. Semiij does still have Clash if he needs it, but right now he's just taking projectile damage and chip. Oh, this is good. Good knockdown. Oh, misses the conversion.
Oh, it actually got the punish on the wake up. Very rarely with 13 health. Illusions is hanging on right now and pulls out the boxing glove. He says, okay, no, I'm going to hold it. Oh, no, and that might have been an input error, or he was going for the read of a lifetime. Semiij bringing it back. Now on the board, 1-2 against Illusions.
I think that must have been an input error, getting the up arrow. But had Semiij jumped in that situation, that would have been the most amazing win of all time. So there's the risk reward of that. Still, though, I love the fact that finally at the very end, for like the first time, he pulled out the boxing glove arrow. And he's like, you got to respect this arrow, because this arrow alone is enough to literally knock you out.
Michael Conroy on Twitter went from trying to kill a ground mole, destroying his yard, to watching War of the Gods. Shoutouts to you, man. And Mole, if you're out there, we're coming for you.
We will take out that mole. It's War of the Moles. I got nothing. That was not good. Ignore me. Why did you ever let me on this show?
That was beautiful. Oh, what a drop there from Wonder Chef. Oh, that was beautiful. Semiij now finally playing his game. Has the health lead. That was a gross conversion that Semiij just had on that max air-to-air jump too. But finally getting things going. Playing the way that he likes to, and I love that they gave that to Green Arrow. Gave him a nice meterless way into a back 3. Doesn't give him too much damage, kind of keeps him average, and if Illusions would have let that ice arrow rip, would have been a completely different story in this first round, but because he doesn't, Semiij's interactable in works.
Yeah, I think he was trying to wait for that jump, but Semiij, just such a different game than we saw these first 3. I mean, he barely pulled off that last one, but right now he's controlling everything.
Man, I chunked that one.
Aw, let's keep playing.
I chunked that one. I'm gonna definitely use that line in the future.
That was kind of ridiculous for a Clash quote. Green Arrow, you need to calm down, buddy. And Semiij is working on doing just that, cooling off Illusions, who is off to a fiery start with these fire arrows. But he keeps pulling this ice arrow, and it has not paid off for him. Every time he goes airborne with it, Semiij has beat him. He's 2 for 2 on beating it with an interactable into a jump 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's higher reward, so I think that's why he's going for it, because he knows that he needs to make this comeback. And to make the comeback, he needs higher damage. But, whoa, there you go, the unblockable. Like you said, nobody blocks it. It's impossible.
And Illusions is not out of this. Semiij does have a hefty lead in meter. And has a wager. Illusions, no wager. 1 bar meter. Needs to play out of his mind. And very good recognition, knowing that Semiij has burned him a few times with these interactables, and now is sniping him out of the air.
He's burning him back for it. Oh, wow! No way! Did he get the conversion off of the down back 2 off the Savage Blast, anti-airing the back 3? That was so weird.
Ooh, this is so scary, the stagger game that can come from Semiij right now. Semiij putting himself in the corner. Illusion's not falling for it. What a blow up on the gap from Semiij with that down 2.
Oh, good push block. This is still potentially one really solid hit away, but that should be enough. 2 times in a row, closing it out with trait just barely. So, looking like it could have potentially been a sweep, now might be a reverse sweep.
Working on that reverse 3-0. I like that. Semiij, I hadn't seen him check that the entire match up until then, after the EX slide, to just let that straight rip. I think that caught Illusions off guard, because it looked like the conditioning was that Illusions had conditioned him not to do anything after that, as most players don't. And for him to check right there, I think it caught Illusions off guard just a little bit. But we're at 2-2. We're in a game 5. None of that matters, because now it's a 1-1, and whoever wins this next game is going to be advancing on the winner's side.
Even literally every single one of these matches has been close. So again, it could go either way. We see a switch in costume by Illusions. He's got a, I don't know, a paler costume, I guess. Put on the baseball cap.
Yep, going for that God Skin. What a conversion! That's interactable. Illusions is now, he's looking for his interactables. Like I said, he got burned quite a few times in that last game, holding these arrows and not believing in the air-to-air when those interactables are present, and just giving Semiij that immediate freeway in.
And we're seeing Illusions, his whole zoning game has changed from the past few games. Now he's checking the air a lot. He's seeing that Semiij really wants to jump over the arrows, and just trying to air-to-air him now.
This could be some decent damage. Semiij has all of the meter to do whatever he wants. He has 3 meter burn back 3s. He still has 3 meter burn back 3s, and oh no, getting opened up as Illusions. And Semiij mounting a huge comeback here in game number 5.
Wow, yeah, that was some ridiculous corner pressure, just over and over, mixing up the second hit low in the string to the similar looking overhead, and just taking all that damage. That Catwoman corner damage is still good. Oh, clipping Illusions out of the air just barely.
Let's keep playing.
Illusions does not want to lose any more health on the second bar of health. He wants to get Semiij. There we go. Now Illusions puts it back into an even state. Even on health, almost even on meter. Now he has to get Semiij off that wager early. But he cannot get opened up here in the corner. This could be absolutely devastating. Oh, the balls there after that jump to do a fire arrow in between that jump normal and what looked like a 4-2 check from Semiij.
Oh, and that was almost the bait on the Savage Blast. I think that might have been an accidental dodge too, but no punish either way. Oh, and getting clipped by the arrow means that Illusions gets a free reload.
Ooh, Illusions was looking to strike there. Does have a great amount of meter now. If you can open up Semiij and force a wager, you still do some damage, and that back 3 clipped him air to air. Oh no.
Oh, and that was such a good flip out. That was so perfect. He knew exactly what the timing was on that string that he could flip out and actually get a full punish.
And now the health lead in Illusion's favor. That's the fire arrows. Doesn't load there. Illusions finds Semiij found his way in, but no conversion off that cat dash. Oh!
Absorbs the push block, but it didn't go far enough.
If only that was in the corner, it would have worked, but because it was mid-screen and her 4-3 doesn't go really anywhere, it did not work, and Illusions
Maybe you are.
forces the wager.
You'll see how real I am.
And that was a very, very quick reaction wager by Semiij. If he hadn't done it right then, he wouldn't have had the chance. It would have been meter burned, it would have been back 3, it would have been death, but now it's one hit for either person.
Oh, no commitment by Semiij, and the back 3 will do it. Oh, no. What a comeback! Reverse 3-0 over Illusions. That could have gone either way, ladies and gentlemen.
That final read was such a good read because the back three went through a down one, and it was one of the only ways that Semiij could have actually punished the down one into the Savage Blast, because Savage Blast, it runs back so far, gives him so much range, but that Catwoman back three, it chases everything. And
man,
wow, that
man.
was
And
so close.
for me to bring back three, not really working out for him early on. 2 in that game number 5 really helped him out. Illusions was in the middle of a jump back, clipping him at the end of it. It looked like she had recovered, but it just launched him. And then there at the end, making the read. That could have gone either way. Both of those guys, so good. Semiij is going to move on to the winner's side, where he will be playing potentially Perfect Legend, because it looks like Beaton's power is still out on his street. We're going to keep you updated, but we're going to see if we can hold on even a little bit longer as we look at some replays from that match, and there are going to be some great ones because these two players really just gave us one hell of a show. And there you see him holding that EX. As you said, the boxing glove, it can frighten you.
It is certainly scary. Oh, and there it was, the great conversion. That was one of the weirdest conversions. I've never seen a conversion off of Savage Blast like that before.
This was the end. The back three of back threes. And even if I can't remember if the back one is Savage Blast and the forward one is Stinger. I can't remember the exact names of the Green Arrow ones, but the back blast not becoming active in time for the down one into that to break the armor. Not working out for Illusions there. And speaking of these tournament shaders, you just saw Semiij in one looking incredibly sexy. And even in the match before that, we've seen guys with a bunch of these tournament shaders. Thank you for supporting the tournament scene, the esports, and the community events by our guys over at NetherRealm Studios and over at Warner Brothers. They're doing a great job really pushing Injustice and pushing our scene into new levels. And, of course, here at War of the Gods and over at Hometown Heroes, doing our best, pushing the online half of things as well.
Yeah, of course. Everybody's trying their best, man. It's an amazing game, and all the support's been amazing, and everybody just wants to see everything grow. Just it's always from the ground up, and you see where we were. I mean, obviously you were there. What was it, 6 years ago? For MK9, and now look what everything is.
We were in the. We were put in a side room at a Marriott hotel that was about 50 feet by 50 feet with 160 people playing in Mortal Kombat 9, and you knew the people around you, and if you didn't, you were about to, because you're cluttered, and I mean going back to the good old days there, Chef. But all right, guys, we're gonna go to some quick videos about some things coming up here on StreamMe, as well as some of our partners here at War of the Gods. Check them out.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this and see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying. Take a look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see it clearer, or are you deceived in what you believe? 'Cause I'm only human after all, and you're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me. Some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above, I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. I'm only human. I do what I can. I'm just a man. I do what I can. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.
All right, guys, welcome back to the top 8 of week number 7 here at War of the Gods. Hope you guys enjoyed that little Player Unknown's Battlegrounds teaser. I absolutely love that little teaser that we did for you. Showing off a little bit of what Player Unknown's Battlegrounds is all about. The gunfights, the frying pan, the popping pills. I don't know if you've played it yet, Chef, but I absolutely love it.
I actually have not because my computer is a piece of garbage, but that is literally all that everybody around me is talking about.
I know for a fact that your co-caster over there at Hometown Heroes, that's almost his life now. I just picture him outside of Hometown Heroes just playing PUBG. He's really high up on the leaderboards, and he loves competing. And I know that you have to hear it all around you, and I know some of your admins play as well.
Oh yeah, it's just everybody around me. I think everybody that's close to me forgot what Injustice was, and they're just like, wait, what's this game we're doing? What are we doing here? No, it's all PUBG now. But
and you know what? That I hate to admit this, but that's kind of become my life too. Where I've had a really hard time labbing and playing Injustice 2 since really getting into PUBG, but now that I've actually really started to get into with Sub-Zero, because there's something about him he's just, I don't know how to describe it. Like, okay, so my mind, I go in and there's a certain way to play a character, and there's the good, solid, smart way to play it, and then I come in and go, oh well, I can also do this. Turns out they're terrible, but they're cool. It's like back 2 up 3 with Aquaman. I'm like, okay, this is a meterless, armor-breaking launcher. Why not? And then I do it and I die. But different point.
No, you know what? I always say style points are worth more than wins, right? Like that's what everything is judged upon. You could be Evo champ, but nobody cares because if somebody pulls off a swag combo, then they get more style points than you. Duh.
Yep. NRS, I would love an armored, unblockable launcher again, and a teleport that recovered 1 frame before I appeared. It'd just be fantastic to have those kinds of tools again, but they are no longer present in the Injustice universe.
An armored, unblockable OTGing launcher. I think you forgot to mention that.
Oh yeah. So Ares was kind of dumb.
How ridiculous is it that you say that this man can go fully invincible and hit you with these unblockable launching OTGing hits, and he was maybe the worst character in the game. He was considered the worst. What?
Yep.
What's going on? What is
exactly.
this?
And what kind of world do we live in where an armored, unblockable OTGing launcher is terrible? And you know what? One of what was really broken about Ares, especially early on, and this is when Injustice 1 first dropped. This was a game changer. A couple characters had really quick projectiles that when meter burned were overhead. An overhead projectile changed worlds. And I'll tell you what, the very first tournament for the game, the very first one, I happen to have gotten 4th on BS alone. Overhead projectile, no one knew how to block that. The universal thing to do when a projectile is thrown at you is you crouch it, right? Not anymore. NRS changed the game. And then people adapted. We are waiting for Beaton to check on his PlayStation. Looks like he might have power back. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk about StreamMe for a little bit. Guys, StreamMe, where you guys are watching, the platform that puts on these amazing events for us. Least you guys can do is give us a follow, a like, or a retweet over at Twitter. You can check us out at twitter.com/StreamMe. If you guys want to see any of the VODs of everything we do, go over to youtube.com/StreamMeVids and check us out at instagram.com/stream_me. If you're looking to stream, look no further. All you got to do is create an account, stream, you get 50 followers on your channel, and you get that sub button. And with that sub button, you can set it however you want. If you want it to be $1, if you want people to pay $1 for your channel, you can do that all the way up to $5. And 70% of that is going to go to you. So if you set your sub button for $1 and someone subs to you, you're getting 70 cents, boy. 70 cents of that dollar is going to go to you. And you guys can also check out the monthly leaderboards. If you guys are become one of the top streamers on the site, you have your chance at some big cash. And I'll tell you, we picked up a team at Evo, a nice, real small organization with just a couple streamers. They joined StreamMe, and in less than a month, they're already making really good money on StreamMe, making it on that leaderboard. These guys are dedicated to streaming. They got subs already. They're on that leaderboard. I think they're getting paid out $350 this month, and that's so far. They have a chance to go even higher up on the leaderboard and earn more money. So it's real easy for you guys to make a transition if you guys can really pull an audience and grind. And it can become worth it, as we are still waiting on Beaton. Beaton says that he is coming, so we'll see if he can get into this King of the Hill. The dream is still alive. The dream is still alive. And he has made it in. Here we go, boys. We got ourselves a match. Hopefully he stays in. Spirit bomb him. Let's get some energy in here. Keep this man in this King of the Hill. Keep this man's power on. All right, everyone. Spirit bomb in here. Give this man some electricity for the rest of this match, at least.
Although if you're right there, you're giving PL energy. I think you're giving it to the wrong person. It's just natural. It's just where you are.
Well, you know, StreamMe's perfect legend.
You can guide it. You can guide it. You can be like,
I'm gonna send him a little energy too. Here we go, guys. Perfect legend versus OMGX Beaton. Character specialist versus character specialist. The first blood going to Beaton, and we'll see how he handles the mobility of Brainiac, who has a plethora of anti-zoning tools. With these air movements, I dare not say teleports.
Yeah, you were talking earlier about just how tough it is for, in particular, Dr. Fate to keep Brainiac out of the air. You did say one of the main tools that he can use potentially are these glyphs. Now, if there's any Fate player that's good at using the glyphs,
yes,
it's Beaton. I think that is his main thing that he uses above anybody else. And we're already seeing it. We've already seen him land about 2 or 3 of them into the full projectiles, 2 or 3 full sets. And that's what's given him this huge lead.
Yeah, and he has been doing instant jump 1 like crazy to win these air-to-air trades.
Oh, an air-to-air trade by landing on a projectile. But that projectile, it's like a little ice float. It's going to work.
Oh, what a conversion!
Oh, just enough to kill.
Yeah, off a meter burn 4-3 mid-screen, he can get one of those charges into a full combo. This man does some damage now with the resources.
One that's unsafe, but no punish. Maybe a down one would have been a little bit safer.
Ooh, there he goes. There he goes, jumping so early with that jump 2, and then canceling at the very last second into the dive kick. That was pretty cheeky from Perfect Legend. Might have something going here. Oh, but no, they locked onto him.
He covered himself with the blast from hitting the final glyph, and that was a really smart pickup because he actually made a mistake right there. I think it was a mistake. So what he normally does is you can go into trait and then use the full string into that teleport that he has. He's got that kind of stomp from the sky, and usually you use trait onks to make it plus, but he wasn't in trait, so he did the stomp and just put onks, and he was like, oh no. And so even though he got punished for it, he still recovered, and recovered mentally, I would say, enough to use one more glyph afterwards and say, you know what, I'm going to make the best of this situation, even though it wasn't exactly what I wanted, and that ended up winning him the game.
Yeah, and Perfect Legend did start to mount some comebacks. Beaton did maintain control. He stopped a lot of the aerial movement early on, and we'll see if he can do it again here in game number 2.
Yeah, the whole approach has been pretty different from PL after that first segment of that game, because he got air-to-air a lot. You're exactly correct. Oh, that should be a good conversion.
Oh, and there's a meterless conversion mid-screen off a dive kick. That was beautiful from Perfect Legend. Look at this trade pressure. Here we go.
And did you see that double jump in the air after the first double jump? He did a second one to avoid the meter burn back 3. That was so good.
Oh, what a conversion here from Beaton as well. Getting the grown man damage of Dr. Faco. And okay, this is bad. Any trade and Perfect Legends side is in his favor as long as he's holding on to this first bar of health. There it goes. Beaton not out of it yet. Has decent meter. 2 for 2. Both of them have a wager. And there you go. Using that teleport to come in.
I like the fact that Perfect Legend was in a situation where he couldn't do the full combo, so he was, because of the slowed orb right there, and he just did a bunch of like tentacle attacks, trying to figure out what the best thing to do was.
We're tracking down that backdash, keeps it unclashable. Coming with that jump too, so meaty. He puts a cocoon of arms around him, and they all have a hitbox. Oh no! 3, 4 threes in a row! Here comes some more. Perfect Legend taking game number 2.
Again. So that's something that actually I did not know at all. If you do a meter burn flip out of a combo, it resets the counters for forward threes and back threes. So I think, I mean, I don't even know if PL knew that himself, but the fact that he saw that and then did a third forward three was pretty amazing. 3 forward threes in a row. That's a tough move.
That's a lot of unclashable damage right there. 3 4 threes. Woo. All right, guys, 1-1. As close as we wanted it to be going into this. Perfect Legend beat on 1-1.
Oh yeah, this is already shaping up to be exactly as good as I thought it would be. And I hope it goes to game 5 just so we get as many matches of this as possible.
All right, the dive kick counter is currently at 14, 5 in game 1 and 9 in game number 2. Oh,
that's
okay, 24 on our end. But 14 on Ed Solo's end. It looks like our admin are counting it as well. Ooh, getting knocked down. Oh man, he hit him twice and the armor was still there, but he held the trait. He held the second one, so even though he got hit, he still had a charge. So smart Legendary. That was perfect use. That was perfect use of that newly added Brainiac buff. Or normalization, I should say.
Is it a normalization if it's a buff, or is that a?
Yeah, they're trying to normalize him to the middle, where they're trying to sandwich the bottom and the top and bring him down. And this man came off every tentacle in his possession to do some extra damage there mid-screen. Ooh, that extended down one. So much rage. And
just catching with it, and whoa, that was a weird little fake right there. I think he's going for all unclashable damage.
Oh, there we go.
It's the flip.
Okay, so I think he was trying to bait it the first time around, and he says, you know what? You're gonna do it eventually. You're gonna have to do it eventually. and did it again.
That's exactly what it was. I didn't understand why he did that dash. I thought maybe there was just some weird setup that he was going for, that he wanted to use that as a knockdown, but that is exactly what he was going for. He was ready for that flip out. You can tell that he's already got so much, I mean, he's just so comfortable with Brainiac that he knows exactly when people are going to want to flip out and need to flip out. And so he did that instead of even doing the unclashable damage, because he just knew that it was going to be exactly what he needed. And wow, great read. That means it's going to be 2 on him.
And as you mentioned, that's the Perfect Legend way. Locking down with dive kick, he just makes you feel like if you make one wrong read, if you make one wrong misstep, dive kick, and it's gonna hurt. Brainiac does the damage as long as he has the resources. Oh, what a conversion!
Double dive kick conversion into a trait setup. He might still have it. I don't know if it actually got let go.
Who knows? He could get knocked down here. Let's just let it fly. Oh, what? Ooh. Different way. So, if meter back 3, it'll cover everything Brainiac does on Wake Up.
Yeah, he's not one of the strongest characters on Wake Up, but he just tends to get so much momentum that doesn't even matter.
Oh, going into the startup of the orb. The meter 4-3, right off it. This would be some decent damage. Could have been. Oh, no, just woke up with meter back 3. Through the trait setup as well.
And Pio went for a very specific setup right there, but he wasn't supposed to use the meter burn drill. But it could have worked, could have been in his favor. Now, though, he's still going to make a huge comeback.
Wow!
It teleported backwards! The teleport string actually teleported backwards. And Beaton completely changing things up. He made a bunch of great reads and great conversions. A lot of this was off of meter burn back 3s.
All right. The counter's at 44. Peel's at 44 dive kicks. His record is 45.
If he doesn't break the record,
Oh, his record is actually 44. He needs one more to break it. Which,
okay, well then,
which I'm willing. I don't have my wallet on me, but if I had my wallet, I'd throw it at the camera right now. I'm willing to bet $1 that he at least does one dive kick.
Begin.
I bet it's the first thing he does. Wait for it. No, I was wrong. I lost money. Never bet. Never bet. Just gonna lose money. All right. But
Okay. Okay.
Game 5. Oh, nice. Uses the red onk to get a little bit more pressure.
I was about to say, it looked like he had stored it, and he did indeed store it, but not able to get anything off it. Beaton locking down Perfect Legend full screen now. Perfect Legend has lost a lot of health trying to find his way in.
Oh, PL was not able to get down in time to.
What a meter for a cancel by Perfect Legend! That was insane!
Wow, that was so smart.
Ooh, and that is very unsafe.
Oh, wow, the little onk was enough to kill. That does such little damage. But Beaton knew that was exactly what he needed to close out. So even though he traded, he still got the situation. And that's good, because otherwise he would have lost his entire health bar.
And there's the meter bird on the wake up.
Oh, beautiful conversion off of the 1-1-2 projectile. And Beaton, okay, they're both on their last life bar, but Beaton has a huge life lead. Still, though, Yo can make it happen. That was not what he wanted to do, I'm pretty sure, but...
Oh, it's so smart getting around the orb! Oh, the instant jump one! From Beaton! Oh, this man's moving everywhere right now. And the instant jump one, shutting down. Perfect Legend, the only thing he could have done was put the active frames of the dive kick possibly on the screen. It's the only way that he's going to beat that out air to air.
Yeah, that's, well, I mean, if he did a really, really preemptive jump one, it might have worked, because that is a really, really far-reaching horizontal normal. It's also pretty quick, but, yeah, of course, Fate's air-to-air jump one is one of the best in the entire game. And, wow, that was a great set. Both players doing so many... There were more... I mean, there were just so many smart situations. I mean, that meter burn cancel, the meter burn bounce cancel that we saw from PL, just all these different conversions. Just I don't know. There were just way too many moments. Like literally the top 5 plays for tonight could be all from that set.
Oh, 100%. Also, sets his own record with 50 dive kicks in that match. And congratulations to Beaton on getting the win. As let's take a look at some of those highlights from that match that Chef was talking about. Chef, go ahead and take it away.
All right, there's just going to be so many. I mean, this one started off really strong. He used this Oki situation really well, but I think this is where Beaton actually managed to get the kill with the blast after the mistake. Yes, this was actually one of the smartest because it came off of a situation that started from a mistake, and that being able to mentally have that strength is so important. Oh, and then, yeah, of course, I think this is going to get up into the situation where we saw, I think, the first 3 forward threes that I've ever seen happen. Oh, the first one was meter burn, too, just to add even more damage. Look at that, 308 damage, all unclashable. Beaton never able to use that clash. All these situations that were just... Oh, in fact, this one was exactly the same situation. Trying to close it out. Bates, the roll, the air roll. There we go. This is your top 5. We've already got 5 clips. And teleporting backwards. Beaton actually adapted to use that teleport so well, realizing that it's going to track Perfect Legend out of the air in a lot of different situations. I mean, he doesn't have anything that actually angles upwards, but a tracking teleport stomp, it works. It works. And the fact that Brainiac really does kind of commit to all of his air options means that he has time to react and do the full string and punish him. Too good. Too many good situations. I'm going to have to rewatch that one because I'm sure there were ones that I didn't catch, just being overwhelmed by all of the rest of them.
Precisely, guys. And up next, we are going to have Blind Ducky versus Noble Illusions for you guys. So we're going to see potentially Harley or Deadshot versus Green Arrow and or anyone on the cast.
Yeah, Illusion's always been a player that played a million characters, but it's because he's one of those people who's really good at everything. I mean, he's a great zoner. He's great at rushdown. His neutral in general is just one of the best. He has always been such a strong neutral player. And for those of you who didn't know, in Injustice 1, near the end of Injustice 1, he was considered one of the best Injustice players. It wasn't as widely kind of known because it was kind of towards the end where it was dying down, but even at Northwest Majors, there was a Northwest Majors where he ended up winning. He beat Slayer, who was a great Injustice 1 player, obviously still a great Injustice 2 player, but he did all of that with Injustice 1 Green Arrow, and that is not a feat to be taken lightly. Injustice 1 Green Arrow is steps below,
Yes.
considerable number of steps below Injustice 2.
Is he? Is he really? He had a like 90% super reset, Chef. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the Injustice 1 Green Arrow downplay here on this stream, sir. I need you to calm down, okay?
Hey, I think that the Green Arrow players would, without a doubt, trade everything that they got for that reset. I mean, the reset was good, but also, okay, is this maybe the biggest bill, to use the term? You know, all the Green Arrow players, they used to say, just backdash.
Yep,
It's
just
easy.
backdash. That's right. You do it!
Yeah, you do it 5 times out of 5 times, and then I'll say it's easy. But until then, I don't know. But that's gone. That's by the by, and we are going to see Green Arrow against Deadshot, and that's a matchup that we saw at Biennality. Actually, we saw Yamini versus Foxy Grandpa, where Foxy Grandpa made a 3-0 comeback after being down 2-0.
Yeah, it was insane. That was one of the matches of the tournament. Yamini, one of the heroes of the tournament, captured the hearts of everyone there. And we actually saw Yamini in that exact situation have something different. That man had a conversion there that was frightening. He would actually just up arrow into a back 3, into some pretty decent damage. And as you see Illusion there, do something a little bit different. That's
Yeah, after the air freeze
Yep.
arrow, I've never seen that before in my entire life, and it looked like it wasn't going to work at all, but it definitely did.
And this is dead even right now as we have a zoning battle going on. Back to full screen, resetting the neutral. Full screen footsies are about to happen. And it's been Illusions getting a little antsy and with a lot of forward dashes, but paying off there with the meter roll. Gonna get some decent damage. 300 meterless, that's not a bad day at the office. Getting pushed back to full
Ducky
screen.
waking up with a low. He just woke up with back 1. I mean, that is a real read.
Time to pop
That's
that
a grown
photo.
man read right there.
Ooh, and this is going to be good for Illusions. He's going to get some life. He's going to get a little bit of a knockdown, but wow!
Ooh.
Ducky waking up with the perfect bounce shot, the perfect ricochet shot.
Sniped right out of the air. That was 360 no scope. This man's preparing for the next Call of Duty, World War II.
Oh, and that guaranteed pushback. Nice meter burn roll. I think Illusions has one more opportunity here if he wants to make this happen. He's got the corner. He should get some. Oh, I was gonna say should get some good damage, but of course the clash. Oh. Alright, so one more opportunity, but now he's gonna need to get in. It's gonna be tough. There is a meter for both players, but that meter might work out better for Ducky as he already used it to get some pushback. Oh, this could be big. This could be a lot of damage. It won't be enough to kill, but one more mix-up could make it happen.
Oh, right through the invisibility frames. Wasn't active enough. And that is chip out. There's nothing you can do. Going out. Game number 1. 70 health left on Blind Ducky. So close.
And yet he still technically did not block that setup. So technically still unblockable. Just get out of there. Just knee right out of there. Don't even deal with it.
Luckily,
Actually,
all the
wonder
arrows
if,
they just hit an abyss right there and just disappeared. And it was allowed Ducky to get that full screen, get the chip on the meter rifle, and Illusions goes down. Blind Ducky has been really consistent lately here on War of the Gods. I've really been digging the switch from Holly to Deadshot and playing really well. This man was known as an immaculate spacer back in Injustice 1 when it came to zoning with Raven. And Injustice 2 played a little more rushdown oriented game with the Devora.
Yeah, and MKX, which is, I mean, it's such a weird change. I'll literally never understand that change. But, yeah, going back to more of his style in this game. So it's looking comfy for him. I also do think the fact that he's a huge Harley fan. He really, really loves Harley Quinn. And so I think the fact that he's able to play a character that he really likes. I mean, he loves Raven, too. Don't get me wrong. But I'm sure he's really happy that he gets to play Harley in this game. And she did get the buffs to make her a better zone.
now has a hefty health lead, and in a zoning battle, that could make or break you because it forces aggressiveness. As we saw Lucian's fall prey to and getting their one, and even right there, with the health lead, tried to meet her and roll in and make a big read, and it did not pay off.
Yeah, and he lost a lot of life just trying to get that load because the blue trait was out. But, I mean, he had such a life lead that he's really kind of holding on to it, even though he's making a lot of trades that aren't necessarily in his favor. Although, if he's going to keep doing it, it looks like it's getting a little bit closer and closer, although this is definitely going to change that. I'm surprised. Oh, never mind. I was going to say I'm surprised he allowed Ducky to break, but now that I look at their meter, I 100% understand why. That's going to put Ducky at a chip situation against these arrows, and there's nothing he can do.
He really could have done either one of two things, which was meter run back three, which would have done a hefty amount of damage, or do that and pretty much guaranteed the kill with some chip out. Another arrow goes wasted. Another one bites the dust.
Oh, these poor apples. I wonder if he's eating all these apples so he doesn't have to fight Beaton, because, you know, they say an apple a day keeps the Dr. Fate away. Right?
Ooh, I like it. Nekomata on Twitter saying that last match looked like a Marvel vs. Capcom match with all those shenanigans on the screen. I absolutely agree. PL has 30,000 assists. Dr. Fate has a few assists of his own with those onks, and yeah, it was crazy.
That's true. There are so many just different things on the screen for those two characters alone. I mean, things floating around them and flying from the back of the screen and standing still and stopping moving and starting moving. I don't know, that's a wild matchup. But not so much this matchup. This matchup is definitely a projectile-based matchup.
Real early health lead going to Ducky. Ooh, bring back a little bit. These fire arrows win any trade. Oh, right there. It's actually dead even. 97 for 97 on the rifle.
Ooh, I think that was a bait for the wake up.
Because he did it away from the hitbox, away from the invisibility frames. He wanted to actually beat out that knee. That was actually incredibly smart from Illusions. Didn't work out because Ducky says, okay, I'm not going to wake up. That's the mix-up.
But the read was still good, of course. And I think he knew that Illusions might try to bait it this time, because if there is a situation that loses you a game, just like how that lost him the first game, a lot of times you kind of want to, in your own head, remedy that situation. You know, say like, well, okay, I lost an entire game because I wasn't able to bait that wake-up knee. I'm going to bait that knee next time. So then, you know, it becomes a little bit maybe readable that you would try to do it.
Ducky now gaining control of this match. Illusions has been eating lead this entire set so far, and not one ice arrow has worked for him. He clashed some bullets to try to get some health back. All three.
Illusions gonna get a lot back. He really doesn't need meter for too much in this matchup. That's gonna be the one big advantage that he has in the zoning game, is if Ducky wants to really get that guaranteed chip, just like he's doing right now, or if he wants to win these trades a little bit harder, he's gonna have to use his meter. But Illusions, he gets to save it almost completely. There's like nothing in zoning that he can really use it for, except for something that I might like to see in this zoning matchup is the boxing arrow. That would be a great trade in his favor 100% of the time.
Yeah, just getting out-zoned here is Illusions. Early on in Injustice 2, we saw the fire arrow be incredibly successful against Deadshot players that really just spam the straight shot. But as you see there, the more methodical zoning that's developed with Deadshot, a lot more mids, really check that fire arrow, able to shut it down, and then he has to worry about reloading it. That's the big thing, is once he has to reload it, he puts some negative frames on the screen that can go punished by anywhere by Deadshot. And Illusions was back to the wall. Gonna go with another character here? And he goes with Catwoman.
Okay, I've never seen Illusions play Catwoman. Well, first of all, have you ever seen Illusions play Catwoman?
No, but if I were a betting man, I would say that he had a Catwoman going into this.
Yeah, no, I mean, I absolutely believe it, but I have to say, I think that this is an extremely good character for Illusions. Illusions, like I said earlier, he's always been good at neutral. He's been really good at opening people up just within that sort of mid-range, and the fact that Catwoman is a character that excels in that area, does a ton of damage, and then doesn't really get zoned out, I think that Illusions could be an amazing Catwoman.
Ooh. Big drop early on, but looks like he might have done that intentionally to do a corpse hop. Corpse hop didn't work out, but loses good health lead here. Catwoman, an amazing counter zoner. If she had armor on that cat dash, if only she had armor on that cat dash, would have had a good read right there.
Yeah, this matchup is another one of the zoning matchups that changed a lot. Essentially, anybody that has a really good low projectile, it's going to mean a lot. Wow, and breaks the armor on the meter burn back 3. You very rarely see that ever happen. I actually don't even remember the last time I've seen a Catwoman meter burn back 3 get broken.
And now that health lead is just gone, as Ducky, once he puts some full screen, full control with this zoning. This man is a spacing wizard right now.
Ooh, and that is a punish, but didn't have the meter to get the full conversion.
Thought you were a skilled killer.
Just wearing it down.
No bar for either player. Illusion saving his meter. I think it's smart. He's now going to be able to get a much bigger conversion off a situation like this. And in fact, that's going to give him the corner carry. But the big fear here is going to be the fact that Deadshot now has those unblockable interactables to his back. And any sort of meter that he builds, in fact, he already has 2, can be used to make it armored.
Very good.
Tried to see a whiff punish from Illusions, but he didn't quite do it in time. And he has the life lead, but there's so much space for Ducky to walk back, he can't let him do it.
And even though they nerfed the recovery frames on that back 3, he still wasn't able to whip punish it with that back 1.
Look at all this chip. It's about half of his life already gone from chip. And oh, no whiff punish. Very hard to whiff punish back 1 too, actually.
Wow, raw forward 3. What did we just witness here? And you cannot jump over that EX gun. It is too active. And Blind Ducky takes 3-1, sending Illusions home for the night.
And what a way to end that. Just kind of like hit, wait. Raw, slow, forward 3. It just works. I mean, you're so scared of that low all the time from him that you're just like, wait, what? What was that? Why are you lifting your leg up?
And he has a faster overhead, so that he might have got caught with a fuzzy there of, okay, low for the back 1, and then maybe go for the overhead, and then maybe look for the back 1 stagger, so it might have been like a low, high, low kind of fuzzy that he caught there. I'm not too sure there, but that raw forward 3, savage. Savage.
Whatever works. It was a really good read, and it was really nice to see actually Ducky go on the offensive at the very end, which is really what allowed him to win, because he was running, and at the very, very end switched it up, which is something that we saw earlier when he was playing Harley too. He knows exactly when he can go back in and when he has to run away to get that advantage, and a lot of times it looks like people are really tripped up by it.
All right, guys, this is your bracket for the night. How we're progressing so far. Up next is going to be Perfect Legend versus HoneyBee. Winner of that is going to move on to play Blind Ducky, and then we're going to get into top 4. Winner of that's going to move into top 3 and losers finals. Semiij Beaton is going to be coming up next after this match, and this is going to be another blockbuster matchup. Perfect Legend, HoneyBee, coming up next.
Wow. That is, I mean, I was excited about Beaton PL, but I didn't even think about the fact that it's potential that we could get PL against HoneyBee. Now, I feel like that must have happened before, but for the life of me, I cannot think of...
I actually cannot...
I can't remember it.
Yeah, I can't think of a matchup between these two either so far here in Injustice 2. But this is going to be an interesting matchup. Brainiac doesn't have the best defensive options in the game. But...
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Once he gets things going... Once Brainiac gets things going, I think that Perfect Legend could do well. He just has to be careful on the defensive and on the wake-up game, because HoneyBee's going to be all over it. Brainiac doesn't have a true wake-up, and if HoneyBee's done his homework, could be tough if he loses that health lead early. But if he's able to build the space, if he's able to put Flash full screen, could be a different story.
Yeah, it's going to be... It's almost like the normal way that Flash plays against zoners is I think what we're going to see. So normally, Flash, he has to be patient against zoners for a very long time. Patience. One opportunity, take it, I think it's going to be the opposite, but instead of with patience moving forward, it's going to be with defense. I say as he immediately starts off landing a combo, so there's not going to be any necessary patience here. And the other thing that's going to be tough for Brainiac to deal with is the fact that he actually doesn't have any 6-frame options. So frame traps might work a little bit better against him.
Oh, very good. Using that trait, not the combo extender, keep anything safe there, but he just kind of used it to continue pressure, just to continue the chain of events. And he still has it loaded.
I have to point out that double side switch dive kick combo. That was so cool. And not combo, sorry, the setup. It was like a mix-up on top of a mix-up. And that's one of those things that sometimes it won't work against worse players because they're already getting mixed up by the first mix-up. But PL knew that HoneyBee is a good enough player that he could do the double mix-up.
And HoneyBee's punished 2 dive kicks already.
I'll punch you into the next universe.
Flash a little savage there. Punch you to the next universe. Good lord.
Yeah, he is angry. He is not a fan of Brainiac.
Barry Allen, you need to calm down, buddy. Came off the trait anyway. I'm not too sure if that trait actually makes it through the rounds. That'd be something interesting to test. Beaton rolls right through that trait and says, peekaboo, I'm on the other side. Into a trait combo. Speed Force is active. Anything's possible right now. Oh, got the wake up the other way. He actually might have been able to combo there.
He tried. That would have been so cool. It was very definitely an opportunity. Instant meter burn dive kick was like even the toughest thing he could have done right there, but he really wanted to go for that.
What a conversion! Oh my goodness!
And that was one of those conversions that's completely, or not completely, but the situation is new to this patch where he was defensive, held onto it, and then
That's
that
gonna
should
close
be
it out.
enough.
HoneyBee could have comboed off that slide. Doesn't get it. What a game number 1 between these two. That was ridiculous.
The Flash wins.
That was showing off. That was just great. PL really showing off how much more he can use traits in so many different situations. I mean, he is ready for all these minute little conversions, and that's again, both of these characters are so cool because they both allow the players to be like way more creative than a lot of other characters. And you see all these weird setups and conversions from Brainiac where he's switching sides and using trait in different ways and overhead lowing, and then you see Flash where he's got 100,000 combo pass and each one leads into a different thing. And yeah, that was, I don't know, this is just great so far.
I think that he saws that trade loaded. He does. He follows it in. Oh, but gets the trade! That was such a good down two from HoneyBee, preemptive, knowing that Purple Legend was going to follow that trade in. Oh, he's able to get down two out, even if the blocks enough to trade, and he gets a full trade combo himself as HoneyBee. Baits out the wake up, and into the other corner you go, corner to corner, coast to coast.
Oh, and that maybe could have been a back forward 2 whiff punish, but I think HoneyBee just wanted to go for a little bit of a safer option, just wanted to close it out and keep that life lead. Oh, he tried to get a little bit more of a conversion, but I think he may have let go of trade already. Oh, no, never mind. There it is. Oh, and that's a missed punish by HoneyBee. He's been really good at punishing that, but unfortunately, that was the time he needed it maybe the most.
So little accomplished.
Good little comeback there, mounted by Perfect Legend. There's one bar. Try to keep him locked in. What disrespect from HoneyBee. As I mentioned earlier, you can just meter burn on this man's wake up. There's not much Brainiac can do about it. He has to hold it. And oh, if Perfect Legend didn't do that tentacle grab in the sky, I think it would have fell right into that anti-air tornado.
I think so too, or if he had done a dive kick, then he definitely would have. But he's ready. He's ready for all these anti-air options. I mean, if there's anybody that has been, honestly, if there's one person that's the master of baiting anti-airs, it is Perfect Legend.
Went for the extended down one into super there. Tried to get a little cheeky, and HoneyBee not falling for it.
Ready to submit?
I'll punch you into the next universe.
Still angry. But I have to say, that was a really good punish by HoneyBee. HoneyBee is very, very ready. He knew that back one into trait is punishable by back forward 2. It is a pretty good punisher. It gets a lot of those pesky trait cancel situations on block out of the way. And a lot of characters actually can't get a punish right there just because of the range. But HoneyBee knew, he's experienced in the matchup and caused that whole situation to go in his favor.
Whew, game 2 going to HoneyBee up 2-0 now in Perfect Legend. Games have been close.
Batman.
And Perfect Legend with his back to the wall.
Fighters
Thinking about
approaching
going beast,
slaughter
going
zone.
Batman against HoneyBee, who we saw VTEC play earlier and do very well. He has to input the game plan in Perfect Legend, as we know, especially from early on in Injustice 2. Ridiculous Batman. Let's see if he still has it all in the fingers.
Yeah, now, I do know that he does play... Wow, that was a great down two. He down two'd before the last bat even hit him. I can't believe he even tried that.
Ooh. And me and Echo talk a lot. We see a lot of Batmans on this program just down two. They just do it. Yeah, they're the Nike character from Injustice 2. Batman players love to just down two in pressure, just savagely, as we've now seen 2 for 2.
Exactly. Well, you know, it is his only 6-frame option. So it's, I mean, there's a reason why you see them match it. But, of course, I mean, hey, Batman players, they just do it. You're exactly right. And there we go. Seeing that parry hit, the one that VTEC was just somehow barely frames away from landing.
Oh, that jump normal beating out the armor, multi-hitting. Why? Because of the Speed Force. Stump! I blame anything and everything I can on the Speed Force when it comes to the Flash.
And so if you're angry about the waste of the apple, why are you not angry about the waste of like 3/4 of a hot dog in Flash's win pose?
And the entirety of the soda. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he could have drank all the soda really quick. I mean, he's the Flash. You can't tell.
But
the hot dog you see for sure.
What if he throws the hot dog and after the match goes back in time to finish the hot dog?
Wow, okay. That would be... I would have a lot of respect for Flash for that.
And you know what? And do you want to know why he can do it? Because of the Speed Force!
Because of the Speed Force. Which is exactly what he's using right now. As he's getting really close, he's potentially one good... Oh, well, I guess there's Clash still available, but he's eventually the 2 good unclashable mix-ups away. Oh, wow. PL not breaking? No, why aren't you clashing PL? Why? You're
this
dead.
Is gonna hurt. Oh, and that's gonna do it! I don't know if Perfect Glitch went for a wake up there or not.
Flash wins.
But HoneyBee went for some trickery off that knockdown. Hard knockdown. Did some mix. It happened to be unclashable. But I completely agree. It would have been better taking the damage and resetting the neutral than getting killed right there.
I mean, it wouldn't have been... If he had clashed at the very beginning, there's no way that would have been as much damage as he actually took in that combo. I mean, it's a full trait Flash combo. And then, of course, you have to know that the Oki is going to be ridiculous off that situation. Batman, of course, he doesn't have the best wake-ups. He does have... I mean, he does have options on wake-up a little bit more than some of the characters, but you don't want to be in that situation. I mean, even in what we just saw, that was kind of an ambiguous, is it in front or is it behind forward 3? And yeah, I just think PL should have clashed way earlier, but there must have been some reason. I'm sure he's got his own reasons. Still, it didn't quite work out for him. That means the HoneyBee is going to move on to play Blind Ducky.
Yes, he is. And that we are in top 4. We are in the money. Congratulations to these 4 guys. They are guaranteed some money for the night. Not bad for a night of, you know, sitting at your house and playing. You don't even need pants to compete. You don't even need pants, guys. It's that simple. All you have to do is sign up. And now that I mention it, guys, you can sign up for the remaining weeks. We got week 8, week 9, and week 10 left. Go ahead and sign up now. Gauntlet.gg/war for all details on our program. Go there. You can sign up right there for all the remaining weeks. It's simple. You can just set it and forget it. Show up Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern, and play. It's pretty easy. So do it! Before I get angrier. I just saw Flash on the screen win, so I'm already a little bit tilted, a little triggered. Some personal anger towards the Flash.
Whoa. All right.
Not my favorite superhero. I also remember Injustice 1.
Injustice 1 Flash. That was
where you needed more than 2 hands. You needed more than 2 hands to count the plus frames this man had.
Oh yeah. I mean, technically he's still got a lot of them, but on top of that, it was like further range, and then his damage was ridiculous. And then he got all those easy restands. Yeah, that was a whole different thing.
Headbutt in. You better been crouching. But all right, guys, we're gonna be right back. We're gonna go to a couple more teasers and trailers for you. We did start up Tekken on Sunday, so we'll get a re-glimpse at that as well as some things coming up, guys. We'll be right back from these words from partners.
I am a man at war. I am a man at war.
That's right, guys. Tekken 7 on StreamMe. Gauntlet.gg/Rage Within. Same spot that you're going to find all of our other competitive programs at. Go ahead there. Sign up. All the weeks are open. Go and get in there. If you're a fan of Tekken 7, if you want to play casually, there's no negativity to sign up. It's free to enter, free to play, end up on stream, have a good time, get in with the Tekken community if you're trying to learn that game. Great place to start are these online tournaments. And we're going to be moving into winners finals, which is going to be Semiij versus OMGX Beaton, who's had his best week in War of the Gods to date.
He was almost disqualified. He was
So
this
close.
close to being disqualified, and now he's he's in winners finals. So that's really great. I'm glad his power came back. Obviously, I don't know. Maybe he asked Black Adam to help him out there, and he's like, just charge my computer, or not my computer, my console and my TV for like 2 hours. 2 hours. That's all I need. Just gotta get in that top.
That's when you go outside and you do the Kotal sacrifice to the Thunder God Raiden, and you're just like, bless me with your electric might. One of the elder gods there. As yeah, this is gonna be a huge matchup. We're gonna see Catwoman versus Dr. Fate. I know pre-patch was very annoying for Dr. Fate, very annoying, but this may have tilted it just a little bit less than one way. It seems like on paper, without that medium cat dash, and the way that Beaton uses his tools to keep her out of that jump to range, this is gonna be an interesting matchup. See how well Beaton's able to keep Semiij out. But once Semiij is in, you've seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah. Oh yeah, more than 1,000 times. In fact, literally every week here on War of the Gods. And actually, the interesting thing about this matchup is this might be the player who needs these points the most versus the player who needs these points the least.
Oh, it's starting us off right where he left off on against Illusions with these medium back 3 reads.
Actually, was that even... I don't think that was meter back. That was a normal back 3 that whiff punished the glyph just barely. But yeah, we are already seeing Semiij get in. All right, a little bit of space. That's good for Beaton.
Oh, and not enough hits of armor to survive that. But Beaton's still in a tricky situation. It's a lot of chip, but that's a lot of damage on hit. And then, okay, did I just see that jump 2 whiff? Whoa.
I think it did, or I mean, I don't know. It looked like it went just barely under Fate's feet. Ooh, a back 1 anti-air. Very interesting. Not a tool you usually see. And wow, Beaton took back so much life. But Semiij is just turning around the exact same way. He's like, this one's not going to whiff at all. And wow, punishing his startup friends. One of the only characters that can actually do that. Catwoman is always a threat 100% of the time. And even, especially for Dr. Fate, even though she doesn't have armor on the end of her cat dash, she still can get underneath the close parts of the high projectiles.
On your side.
Karma's a beast.
That's going to be a little bit of life left from Beaton. We've seen Beaton make huge comebacks before. Oh, he's going to get some good amount of damage from this back 3 full combo. That's a good start. Gets to start some Oki or some zoning or some sort of mix-up. But Semiij with strong defense is going to get the bait, and that would have been enough to kill. Doesn't even get to take advantage of the plus frames, but there are just too many opportunities, and Semiij is going to close out the first game. Still, though, Beaton did manage to make back a good amount of life before he lost at the end right there. He was he just knows how to get absolute maximum damage off of every single situation that Dr. Fate has. I mean, they did, of course, increase the damage from certain things for Dr. Fate, which he actually doesn't use very often. But if you look at Beaton, it doesn't look like he ever should have been considered a low damage character, right?
I'll tell you what, he's got some pretty nasty conversions, and yeah, as you mentioned early on, if there's damage on the screen, he's gonna find it. And that's what makes him such a great character specialist, is that all these little mini conversions, they just you can't really find them in most Dr. Fate mains. This man just like meant to play this character.
Yeah, he's really like kind of paving the path for the rest of the Fates at the moment. Just as far as like a more aggressive style, there are definitely a bunch of Fates that are really, really good defensively, but of course, there's always more to learn.
Hear me roar.
Still, though, not working so great so far. Catwoman's still going to be one of the best characters in King around zoning, but like you were saying earlier, oh, that's actually minus now. I think that actually may have been punishable.
Very good medium rollout to try to get the corner push himself, but unfortunately the back three going through the orb, and he had no normal there or anything waiting to try to break that armor.
He's got that one red onk, two red onks, and he can use for a great conversion. He made it the dodge! No way! He knew exactly what Semiij was going to do right there. He threw out the high projectile and punished the dodge with the glyphs. Oh my, that was... He knew he got a backspin conversion off of it and everything. That was something else.
And you know what? It's eerily similar to game number 1, where he started to make this kind of comeback. And wow, this man's just pulling out huge damage out of nowhere. But this time, now he has the health lead. Unlike game number 1, he's been mounting this comeback, and it's continued.
This fight's not over.
This chaos ends now.
Semiij should get back a good amount of life. Wow, uses 3 full bars. That is a lot. Keeps 1 though for the conversions and has full trait. So Beaton getting hit once could be some huge damage. Of course, he's still got Clash available, but he's got damage of his own.
Ooh.
Whoa, what was that? He just did down 2 twice in a row. I feel like that may have been a mistake.
Vengeance of horse.
He's got 3 onks for pressure, using that to set up some more, getting some free chip, but wow, Semiij knew exactly when to jump in so that the orb wouldn't hit.
And wow, Beaton with all the setup at the end. Beautiful spacing, and Semiij going for a meet number 4-3 on Beaton's wake up. I don't know what happened, but the wake up actually beat it out. I don't know if he went into the wake up frames or not, but it looked like armor just had worn off by that point.
Yeah, I don't know the exact situation, but wow, yeah, that was I mean, you just do not see that kind of comeback from Dr. Fate. And look, we have a tweet from Echo.
Echo himself. Yeah, he is actually moving right now into a new place. Has been since Saturday, and Chef stepping up. But Echo is somewhere with us, and in fact, he's going to make a special guest appearance tonight. Hello, everyone. My name is Echo, and I'll be casting for a little bit here with Chef. All right, guys. I missed you ever since Saturday, but you know it's real good to be back here and join my hometown heroes' own EGP's Wonder Chef.
It's so good. It's like the best imitation I've ever heard of anybody.
Thanks, Echo. Appreciate you showing up here on the podcast. All right, as Chef has officially died off stream, we get back into the match where Semiij has gotten off to a great start here against Beaton, but he had this health lead 2 matches straight, and we saw it disappear in game number 2 in the same fashion where Beaton started to get all these glyphs out. Good block on the trait, a lot of chip there. Trying to cover himself in the corner and just let the onks fly. That was so smart by Beaton.
Yeah, again, I say it a lot, but Beaton is so good at using those onks. Oh, and that last one never even fell down. Didn't get a chance. Just stayed up there, up in the ceiling. It got caught in a lamp or something. Ooh, good air-to-air.
And keep himself safe by staying on that orb. Oh, and then all he had to do was wait at that point. So smart from Beaton again. And now the setups.
Oh, he almost got that conversion. That was tough because he actually tried to walk back so that he could get that back 3 and potentially get that transition.
I'm just toying with you.
Fate is not a game.
It is certainly not a game, and Beaton's not playing around. Oh, caught the backdash? I think that was a backdash. Fate, although it looks like a good backdash because it's invisible, it's not that good.
Yeah, it's just a visual trick, and you know, I fall for it a lot myself. Where I think he's just teleporting, and I'm like, okay, there's nothing I can do. No, there's recovery, there's startup, and even when he does the meter burn forward dash, it's just like there's things you can do, there's buttons you can press, but visually to see him disappear, you think it's a teleport. As Semiij mounts a huge comeback. Semiij had 100 health to Beaton's full bar of health before that clash. What just happened?
He Catwomaned him. He did exactly what you'd expect, and just got him in that corner. Did one ambiguous jump, one cross up, and Beaton died. Yeah, that is exactly what happened.
Just doing what he does, and Semiij trying to win his 5th straight War of the Gods. One of you guys need to stop this man, okay? Because we're going to start putting out a bounty.
Begin.
Well, I think, honestly, if anybody can do it, it's Beaton. He's been doing so great against him. He almost had that last game. Wasn't quite able to close it out. Let that huge comeback happen. But I still think he's got a great chance of it. Although I say that, and this is already not looking great.
Yep, in the corner. Off to a great start. He's going to force the situation early on. You're going to get over-aggressive. You're going to make mistakes. And Semiij in full control of this match now. In what could have been the complete opposite if Beaton was able to clutch that out. All going back to him getting a combo off that orb full screen. If he'd have just left Semiij full screen with 100 health, probably would have been a different story.
Ooh, and that was a conversion. That actually comboed from the orb right there. Jumps right over the meter burn back 3. And Beaton, he's starting to make this back. Oh, okay. I actually didn't realize he even still had his first life bar. He had like 1 life
Doing
left.
a great job. And ooh, there's that meter burn roll out. Pushes Semiij with his back to the corner now. Ooh, and trying to pick up the tablet of Amon-Ra, but doesn't get it. Unfortunately, the air dash falling into a full combo. There's nothing like coming off of 2 bars of meter to get hurt more.
Fate is not on your side.
I know. It is just, it's depressing. And Beaton is just going to have to do something just out of this world if he wants to make it happen. Taking the first life bar is a good step, and we've seen that he's got damage. On top of that, he's got a background bounce, and background bounce is very, very good for Fate. But it's going to have to be something nuts. Oh, could have punished that on landing.
Oh, and everything's just missing on Catwoman right now.
I've never seen the second hit of that string whiff.
Female hitboxes, chef.
Female cat
The great mystery of our time.
Oh, good start. Oh, he put up the healing orb.
It didn't even look like he did it. Went off screen. This man is slowly healing as much as he can. Look for such a time. Oh my god, look at the damage.
Surprised this fight's not over?
This chaos ends now.
Okay, 1 bar each, and now it's potentially 1 hit. Oh, but he's gonna have to block the Oki.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god, he actually brought it back! Beaton actually brought that back! Is this real life? Oh my gosh!
With Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate, a character that nobody really, at least before Beaton, at least before this moment in time right now, never considered a huge comeback character, manages to solidify the 150% life comeback against Catwoman, and including a healing orb, which actually I think may have given him just enough life to survive in the situation. You do not mess with Beaton. You do not give him that chance. He is, yeah, he is just blowing me away right now. And if anybody can potentially stop this reign of terror that Semiij has on War of the Gods, I think it could be him. This is his chance. We saw Illusions get to the same spot, but he wasn't quite able to close it out. So now it's Beaton's turn to try.
Oh, starting off with a trip guard, and this is the same start he had in the last match. Huge, not only position control, but health control in the corner. And Beaton, can he mount another comeback? How many do you need to beat Semiij?
Semiij is known as a player, though, that does tend to start off games really well.
Even going back to his insurgence into the Mortal Kombat scene, he would just get swift health leads on people and try to smother them.
You never had it.
And that's exactly what we're seeing right now, but Beaton has to get into that mode that he was at the... he was in at the end of that last game, because otherwise, he's just gonna run away with this.
Oh, Meterbird canceling. Trying to throw a lot of visual mind games there. Semiij not falling for it. Just stood his ground. And now, can this comeback happen again? It's slowly slipping away for Beaton, but we cannot count him out after the last game, right? No matter how low his health gets, we cannot count him out right now.
Right, the situation looked worse than this. Oh, okay, now it's starting to look really bad. The resources aren't there. Beaton's in the corner, good block, but, you know, maybe he could get some corner damage.
Wake
oh,
up!
No!
What? He gave him the swirly! Not the swirly at the end! Oh, no, and Semiij does take it 3-2. Beaton putting on the fight of his life.
Oh, yeah, that was, I mean, it was an amazing comeback, but Semiij didn't let him get to it. And, yeah, the champ is, he's still in a good spot. He's in a double good spot now, moving on into grand finals and winners. It's going to be twice as hard for anybody to take him out. But, I mean, we've already seen 2 people today take him to game 5, so could happen.
If he wins his 5th week in a row, I'll next week I'll put a bounty out, ladies and gentlemen, on Semiij. On the line, maybe some Catalyst mints.
Oh, then I'm going to enter. I'm going to learn that Cat 1 matchup. I'm going to enter. I'm going to buy it.
All you have to do is back 3 is back 3.
Oh, easy.
That's
easy.
yeah, very easy. Easy mode. That's the tech. Let's go take a look at some highlights from that match. Chef, take her away.
Oh, there are just going to be too many. We've already had so many tonight. Of course, Beaton, the master of conversions, drops almost no situations ever, able to pick up so many different little spots. Also the master, of course, of closing out with the onks. Oh, and just, yeah, there was no situation in that one in particular that Semiij could have lived. That was a guaranteed kill with the glyph. If he hadn't jumped, and if he did, then he's exactly what we saw. Oh, and that was the end of the huge comeback by Semiij, where he just Catwoman in the corner. He ended up blocking that exact situation a few other times, but didn't quite matter. And Beaton taking back that huge life lead, about maybe like 125% life deficit. Manages to heal himself up a little bit. Took a few small hits right there, and I think that might have been just enough that the health orb actually mattered. But he closed it out in the same way he always does with the glyph. Fortunately, not able to close it out against the power of the prison toilet. Nothing stronger than the swirly from the prison toilet. And Semiij showing just exactly why he has won 4 weeks in a row. And potentially working on that 5th one.
Here we go. We're going right into the loser side. HoneyBee versus Blind Ducky. Hyenas. Flash Godlord himself going at it. A nice little stat on the night. Every single match on the winner's side have gone to game 5. These players very evenly matched. We've gotten some great highlights for you guys for tonight.
Yeah, you're going to need like a top 50, I think. But yeah, we win really quickly into this game. Also, yeah, kudos to the players. They look like they're joining pretty well today.
Yeah, they're with the program, and they have been doing a fantastic job. Shout outs to you guys. Also, shout outs to everyone watching from home right now. We love you guys.
Oh, and we're starting to see the legendary zoning flash. Okay, stops his zoning. Now he's going in again. Now, actually, if Harley can get in this left side corner, this drone interactable is insane. Nothing short of insane. I would actually try to make some attempts to end this round outside, or sorry, inside the corner, which is a pretty unique thing. Especially, you never really ever hear, oh yeah, I want to be in this corner against Flash, right? But that might be the corner you would want. And hey, that's exactly what Ducky's getting.
And here comes the drones, and look at, oh, this is just going to be disgusting. Every zoning tool in the game right now coming into play. Ooh, very good. Crouching under with the down 1-2. And now he's going to get some grown man damage. 350 meterless for this man. But she can hit really similar in the corner as well, meterless.
Oh yeah, she can. She has, Harley actually, people don't talk about it very much, but Harley has some of the strongest meterless damage in the entire game. She almost never needs meter for a conversion. Oh, he stopped just in time to block that hyena. That was extremely good timing.
Oh no, and walking right into a trip guard, it looked like that. Stand 1-2.
definitely not how the Speed Force works.
And Ad Solo definitely calling out it there in the chat. He does have a lot of matchup knowledge by playing his brother Bio, who's a Harley side main, even going back to the first game. Great down two. And now,
What's it up?
Super is willing to kill territory, but he's going to swag it out. He could have just hit confirmed to the Super there, but instead got a little swaggy. HoneyBee taking game number 1.
And did you see that bait that closed out that game? That was beautiful. He dashed up into him with running man stance and then did jump back 2. And the only thing you would be baiting with jump back 2 would be wake up tantrum stance.
Exactly.
So that was 100% the perfect read to close that out.
Approaching
And, that's what you need.
Crazy Fingers, shout outs for registering for the next week of For the Gods. One of the guys that's been here with us since the beginning. Crazy Fingers has been a monster, always making it on stream from time to time. Did really well in week number 1 on stream with his dark side. Still waiting on that swamp thing, buddy.
Yeah, one day. I'm actually really sad I didn't get to commentate any of his matches on Saturday. I was looking forward to that. Still never been able to commentate any of them, but we had a bunch of good matches, and we still got a bunch of good matches.
That wake up with a tantrum, going in to come right back out. There's the balls of Atlantis coming into play. Those things are great for both power and gadget characters, or the moving character, I should say, because it gives them great mobility across the screen. They can double bounce off them. You see Semiij go from full screen to in 0.5 seconds. And those power characters can throw them. They're incredibly annoying. They hit everywhere. They bounce along the screen.
Yeah, and it's an especially kind of volatile map for a gadget-on-gadget match, because none of the interactables on the right side of the stage disappear at all unless you're a power character. So literally all 3 of these jump interactables are just infinite time uses. It's there can be some crazy flying around. It looks like everybody's Brainiac.
Need a timeout?
About as much as you need caffeine.
I think she is looking for the timeout. As a zoner, I think she does.
If we keep up the zoning, that is something that's very annoying for Flash this matchup. I believe that the Commander brothers actually think this matchup's even. If the last time I heard them talk about it.
Watch this.
Not 100% on that.
I don't think I've ever really heard a lot of matchup opinions on Flash. I mean, he's still so rare. We've got a few flashes. I mean, just not that many still. Even after, I expect to see so many more after the second place placing from HoneyBee at Evo, but I mean, I can literally only think of maybe 3.
Oh, a great mid-screen conversion in the EX Play Doctor. Oh, and the active frames weren't enough.
Oh, I don't think it's enough to kill, but it's one mix. Boy, he drops it. Oh, what an unfortunate
How
drop.
did that not actually hit her hitbox?
The great mystery of our time, as a wise man once said, female hitboxes. What else can you say?
This man finished his string and then bitch slapped nothing but air.
The Flash.
I don't. Great mysteries of our time.
That was huge. That was like the biggest drop you could have, because that would have put Ducky into like a one mix-up situation.
Potential, and in the corner, Flash can get some really good damage immediately, as we've seen. Oh, what a down 2 read from Ducky. Reading that HoneyBee was going to get aggressive, and then that preemptive down 2. We've seen him preemptively down 2 a lot so far in this top 8.
Ooh, this should be a huge combo. This, I mean, I don't even know how much this is going to hit, but let's actually see which mix-up he does off of it.
Oh my gosh, he went for some damage! Oh my lord, almost 700!
He went for full damage. He didn't even go for a mix-up. He's like, you know what? I'm getting max. I'm taking max. And that round ending up pretty great in his favor too, but just because he doesn't manage to stay out of the court.
The Flash was secretly Black Adam this entire time?
Oh, I think he was a little bit more than Black Adam. I mean, that was only a 2-bar combo.
Oh, and I like that from HoneyBee. Just do those headbutts, because any damage before that bar of health is gone is great. There's nothing to lose.
All these weird trades, so many running man stance trades.
We've seen those running man stances into the charge up and then the overhead slam. We've seen him do that so many times tonight. That might be something new that he's incorporating into his game plan.
You're gonna play nice.
Not today.
We've seen him do it in neutral a lot, and we've seen him do cross up in the corner, and the overhead's gonna catch, and anything on block. HoneyBee taking game number 3 here.
Very, very nice. I mean, honestly, Ducky played really solid, but just the fact that he got opened up that single time for 700 damage was enough to just shift the entire thing in HoneyBee's favor. I mean, that's the damage. I mean, you know, it's even more impressive than we think, because we're all used to seeing this huge damage from like Black Adam and from Aquaman, but when you look at it now, nobody has this kind of damage except for Flash, and except for Flash in that exact situation. So this is, yeah, that was even more than it even felt like.
Begin.
HoneyBee trying to close this out. Ducky, he has been playing incredibly well. It's some, you know, it can be difficult when in a flash's notice, 700 of your health just disappears and you're wondering what just happened.
Disappears in a flash.
The winner of this is going to go on to play OMGX Beaton.
Wow, we could see. Okay, I mean, I'm trying to remain completely unbiased here, but I do think it would be extremely fun to see a HoneyBee Beaton match. That would be the trifecta of tonight, and he's working on making that happen. Ducky, of course, would also be interesting to see, because that will be a really, really interesting zoning interaction between those two characters. I don't think I've ever seen Fade against Harley.
I think that I've seen them play before, and Blind Ducky goes immediately to Deadshot, who I think every Fade player I know has said loses to Deadshot.
Yeah, I definitely hear that opinion quite a bit, so that could be what we end up seeing. I wouldn't be surprised.
Dead even, 1 health bar each. And I think that trade was actually in HoneyBee's favor. That headbutt doing a little more damage than I previously thought. A down 1-2. Into the lightning kicks. Straight into the corner, which would be the mix. And that down 1-2 reached! Are you kidding me?
That he stretched out his toes right there. That man, I don't even know. That was you know what? I think you know exactly why that is. Because of the power of the Speed Force.
Exactly, the power of the Speed Force, that's why. He went back in time, or forward in time, moved himself a little bit forward, and just put himself a little closer to Harley's hitbox, to the down 1-2, just because HoneyBee 360 damage away from advancing on the loser's side in the loser's finals.
Oh, but this should be pretty good damage. I don't think I've ever seen HoneyBee wake up. Oh, and that is enough.
What is going on? Are you trying to... Okay, HoneyBee's able to take it, but he has tried something like that before, and it has cost him. So luckily, he didn't throw it away, trying to go for some swag. I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he thought that was going to kill. I don't even know what happened. The man just entered the Speed Force and exploded.
He used the very rare meter burn follow-up to the dodge.
Yes.
It's just like Aquaman's, where you can make it explode at the end. And I actually forgot that he could do that, because I haven't seen anybody do it at all in this game. But that was just unnecessarily fancy. It's got a huge startup, so he definitely specifically went for that to be like, oh, look what I can kill you with. And then yeah, I think it did a little bit less than he thought it would, just like you said, and he just decided, oh, I'll just go out and chip out Ducky. But
yeah, why not?
Wow, unnecessary styling. But like I said, style points mean more than wins.
But
so if you get them both, then that's double.
When unnecessary style works, I respect it. If it doesn't pay off, that's the mix-up.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go and take a look at some highlights. Chef, take it away.
All right, so again, just a match based on entirely whether or not HoneyBee could get that momentum going, just like every other Flash match. And it was so interesting to see the way that he used running man stance. It was almost like he was trading projectiles with Ducky the entire time. But the projectile was his own head. Of course, that beautiful, beautiful bait on the wake up right there, which he tried a few more times, never ever really worked out for him. Still, oh, I just want to see this whiff. Oh, the last hit of the 1-1-2 whiff. I've never seen that happen before. I don't know why that happened. Something weird with the Harley hitbox. I 100% guarantee that HoneyBee is not happy about that, but he managed to pull out the win, so I don't think he can be that unhappy. Now let's watch as this life melts off of Ducky's life bar like butter. It actually kind of looks like butter. You got that big yellow butter bar, and it's all melting away now.
I can't believe it's not buttered.
I can't believe such high damage. I can't believe that didn't kill. That unnecessary style could have chipped out anyway. And yeah, good stuff as usual from Ducky, but not able to deal with that sort of pressure and damage. I mean, it did seem like he knew the matchup to a good extent. He did a lot of stuff like down twoing a lot of the unsafe ground pound situations, and he knew how to defend against a lot, but HoneyBee just closed it out.
Yeah, very good stuff. Got the damage when he needed it most, especially there with that near 700 damage combo, which it can kill all momentum. And even if it doesn't like give him the health lead back, just the fact that you hit someone if you hit someone that hard, in their mind, as long as they go, "What the just happened?" and then all of a sudden, you start hitting some more, and gain the momentum back. Echo on Twitter again.
Oh no. See, I have thought about doing that actually many times. That is not the first time I've thought about that, wearing a Superman shirt underneath my button shirt and just ripping it off. But right now, I've kind of fallen off the Superman bandwagon, and I'm back to my my anti-Superman ways. I have my kryptonite with me today.
Hey, there we go. Just in case. You always got to keep it on you at all times, okay? Okay, it's just like Batman. You have to have that contingency plan in your pocket.
Yeah, and also just in case I ever get a chance to play him again, I keep my Shazam around. These are my two. You got to stick with Shazam, and you got to beat Superman, and that is Wonder Chef's Injustice 1 career in a nutshell.
I have my anti bad breath kryptonite right here in Catalyst Mints. I'll do a nice little plug on some product on stream because that's what I'm all about. Sell out.
They could have kryptonite in them. There's that
they could.
There's the whole like green theme going on. So maybe that's why I liked them so much when I tried them. Maybe that's why I was like, oh, I gotta have more of these. And I ate that whole tin that one night, that one full night. They're full kryptonite. It's perfect for anti-Superman.
Exactly, guys. Guys, we'll be right back with a quick word from us over here at StreamMe, and then we'll be right back with Losers Finals.
Are you ready?
All right, guys, welcome back here to our as Chef is continuing to dance to our StreamMe app, which is
keep the music going. Keep it going.
It's just riddled with catchy dubstep, as I like to call it. And our admin let me know ahead of time that Chef does dance a lot to our promos, as it were. We do use some pretty catchy music.
Yeah, like every single time. Like it's it's all good. There's like specific songs that's got to be, like the PUBG song. That one's of course a good one, and then the Tekken song, and this one's good. And there's one of the like pre-roll songs that I really like, but I'm gonna have to figure out the name of that one later.
Is it the intro video, or is it during the countdown?
during the countdown. It's the second song during the countdown. So I'm gonna have to like pull up Shazam. Ooh, look at that, using Shazam. Of course I use Shazam. I'm Shazam.
Ooh.
Figure it out next time.
And all right, guys, we're gonna move into losers finals. It's gonna be HoneyBee versus OMGX Beaton. This is probably something that's gonna get you guys incredibly excited. If you can, tweet us out. Let's try to get a couple more views in here before the night's over. Winner of this is gonna go on to move on to face against Semiij. Semiij is in his 6th straight grand final on War of the Gods, trying to win his 5th straight.
Wow. That's
man,
like a level of domination I don't think we've seen in any NRS game.
I don't know if y'all know this, but that boy good.
He's all right. He's okay. He's yeah. I've seen better. No, I'm just kidding. I actually have never seen better, and I've never seen a streak like that. But right now, yes, a match that I am so excited for. You said everybody else is going to get excited, but I am going to get more excited than anybody else for this match because
whoa, Chef, this is PG-13.
Whoa. Okay. Well,
no,
I can still get excited. All right?
Put it down too. Through the trait, this man is an absolute animal. Talk about a momentum killer.
Wow. And yeah, really strong start from Beaton. HoneyBee just hasn't been able to get anything started. I mean, we see Beaton doing so well against characters that have the ultimate tools to get in. We've seen him against Catwoman today. We've seen him against Brainiac today. But when you put him up against a character like Flash that actually doesn't have the best tools to get in, this is actually a totally different story. I mean, you forget that Fate really has the strength of being able to keep these like normal characters out. Of course, though, HoneyBee, he's gonna get in once, and he's gonna try to make that count.
Yes, he is, but man, has it been a struggle with how much Beaton is putting on the screen. He has had time to set up, and what a conversion! I didn't know you could convert off that without the trait.
I did not either. It was in a very, very specific spacing, but I also have to point out the fact that he got hit by the third onk and then used the speed dodge, or whatever it's called, to get through the actual blast from the sky. That was so good. This entire top 8 today is filled with players that are just so good with their characters. Just so familiar. We've seen, I mean, at least 3 of these players, 4 of these players. I mean, we've got Semiij, we've got Beaton, we've got Perfect Legend, and we've got HoneyBee. All of these players, they have conversions that I've never seen before. Multiple of them. They know all the little situations. They're more familiar with their characters than almost anybody else in the entire world. This is actually a ridiculously good top 8.
This is, and guys, I'm glad you guys are here to witness this. We thank you for being here and watching it. Savvy, thank you for registering for next week of War of the Gods. I hate getting hit up right before we go live. Hey, is registration still live? No! It's not still open! You should have signed up the previous 8 weeks! You savage! As we get into game number 2 here between HoneyBee and Beaton, trying to get his run back with Semiij. That was so close the first time around.
And that player, Savvy, that we just saw the tweet from, I believe that was the person who knocked HoneyBee into losers round 1. So, you know, you did your work. I guess he lost the run back, but still, I mean, look at how much he did knocking a player like this. It's moving all the way into this top 3 into losers round 1.
Oh, no, here comes some damage again, Beaton! Oh, Chef, almost another 700 damage.
Yeah, like I said, HoneyBee needs to make all of his damage count.
And he's slowly losing that health that he gained by all of these disgusting setups by Beaton. And there's some pick damage of his own. Oh, the Ender would have killed if he doesn't get it.
Oh yeah, gonna guarantee himself that chip with the forward 2 into the glyph. And HoneyBee definitely doing better this time than he did last time, but still gonna be a tough situation. Wow, slid underneath the orb, so smart.
Oh, and he wasn't able to slide in his DMs that time. It looked like he finally blocked Twitter. Sorry, blocked me on Twitter. He wasn't able to get in those DMs.
Bet you didn't see that coming.
Yeah, the way he throws that cup, I think the drink's gone. I think he's done. I think he inhales it. But the hot dog, though. The hot dog is wasted. Beaton just applying this constant pressure. Look at this, using the onks as pressure tools. Wow.
And on top of that, all of that chip did about the amount of a BMB in damage.
I mean, it's not what you'd expect, right? You're seeing HoneyBee playing Flash against Beaton playing Fate, and what happens but Fate pressuring Flash for the kill. Like, okay, I guess there's, I mean, it just shows, you know, like all of our initial opinions of a lot of these things are just, they're often wrong, and there's a lot more for us to learn.
That's you're absolutely right, Chef. There's always something to learn in these fighting games, and that goes throughout, I mean, esports in general, video games in general. There's always something to learn.
Oh, always. 100% of the time. Gotta be a nerd. Gotta be a nerd. Oh, good conversion. What? No way. He used the ult twice. 2 separate instances of them in one combo, and he took so much life from that. Oh, but speaking of taking a ton of life, now it's HoneyBee's turn for a lot of life damage. A lot of life damage? Yeah, that makes sense.
A lot of life damage. Exactly.
A lot of life damage. Thanks. Pick that one up for me.
I don't know what he just did to get out of the corner. I didn't even see it happen because he turned invisible. But it looked like it had armor. I'm actually not even too sure what happened. Dr. Fate is breaking some laws of physics right now.
I think that is very much what he does, actually. That's kind of his whole thing. Wow, look at that. 1 bar, 603 damage. Not even trade involved.
1 bar, 600 damage.
Yikes. Don't get hit. That's how you beat Flash. Never get hit. Oh, he tried to bait that wake up, I think. He did a very specific knockdown into a very specific summon, but I think that may have been just a little bit too fast for him to bait.
Not anymore.
He also may have been attempting to bait the pre-patch version of that. Maybe that setup doesn't work any longer because they sped up the back 4-2 for Flash. Oh, 1 more, and they're going to see an explosion. But will we see the bait this time? Oh, no.
Beaton's getting set up. Yeah, HoneyBee has to find his way in before everything gets on the screen. Oh, this is all that chip that we saw earlier as well.
All this pressure and zoning at the same time by Beaton. He's just such a control of his character. It's insane.
Oh, very good use of that one. Actually, how did that get to Flash in time? He was the startup of a slide, and he was so close that had to have been an incredibly high on a projectile. Beaton closing it out 3-0 against HoneyBee to make it into grand finals.
Wow, yeah. So he is going to be the one who's going to end up getting to have his run back against Semiij. I guess HoneyBee never did play Semiij, so it's not a run back in that case. But that would have been a really great match to see. Of course, the last time that they played in grand finals here, or sorry, not played in grand finals, played in winners this week, today on this broadcast, it was down to the game, the final game, game 5, one with the toilet. So I think it could go either way, but of course, Beaton's going to end up having to reset the bracket, make it double as tough.
Yes, and again, you mentioned proving that he can do it. It went to a game 5 in their last encounter in winners finals, so he definitely has what it takes to do it. Looked like as long as he applied his game plan, kept Semiij off him, that, you know, it's just like fighting a cat in real life. Okay, if you keep him off him, as long as the cat doesn't actually like get on you and start clawing you, you're pretty good. But if you can keep your cat away, that's trying to jack you up. You know, keep it within footsie distance. All right, kick it away, punt it out the window, whatever you got to do. You just got to keep that cat off you. Okay, that's my advice. Okay, because if that thing gets in and starts clawing you, it's gonna do some damage.
I can't say I have this kind of experience that you have, but you clearly know the real life cat matchup. So
hey man, sometimes you're just walking outside and a cat tries to jump you. Okay, life happens.
Do you keep like tuna fish in your pockets, or is there some sort of like catnip deodorant that you use? Because I don't think I've ever been randomly attacked by a cat, but maybe it's just
I am Mr. Aquaman.
It's just the location. That's true. That's true. You are Mr. Aquaman. It's their natural enemy, so
yes,
it could just happen.
All right, guys, let's take a look at some replays from that match of Beaton's triumphant 3-0 over HoneyBee.
Ooh, yeah, it was, I can't believe that it was a 3-0 just in general, but of course, HoneyBee didn't seem like he didn't know the matchup, as we saw every single time that 3 onks connected, he did manage to use the shake to avoid the blast follow-up, and I'm actually surprised that we didn't see Beaton ever bait that. When we saw that situation 3, 4, maybe even like 5 times. Actually, definitely more than 3. Oh, and the double onk conversion, I have never seen that. I mean, that's getting to be some next level stuff. This is definitely one of the most complicated characters in the game. Everybody said it when it first came out. I mean, we see, for instance, the pressure that he's putting on, all the ways that he goes in and out, the things that he uses to set up his setups, to give himself enough time to summon stuff like the onks. But yeah, we're just over time seeing more and more out of this character, and very specifically from Beaton. All of the complicated stuff is turning into real in-game practice, and that is just ridiculous.
Practice indeed does make perfect. And guys, do not forget, you too can sign up to compete here on War of the Gods. Anything is possible if you guys just believe. We're seeing Dr. Fate in grand finals. This is ludicrous, right? Sign up.
It is.
All the remaining weeks are open. Just sign up today. Gauntlet.gg/war for all of the details. It's that simple, guys. Get in on it. It's 100% free.
It really is that simple. You literally just go there and then you click register and then you put in your name and you already have an account. You're just like, boom, done. It's just donezo. And then from there on out, it's just as easy. So yeah, no reason, literally no reason not to enter.
Exactly. And guys, we're going to take another quick break with a word from our boy T-Pain about Catalyst Mints, and then we'll get grand final started.
What's good, everybody? It's your homeboy T-Pain. Let's take a look at some cool stuff. Here we go. Boom. Catalyst Mints. You know what these are? Energy mints. Amazing. You didn't think I was going to say that, but they are. Tell you a little something about this. Vitamin B, packed with it. Caffeine, packed with it. You know what it's not packed with? Sugar. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. You don't want calories. There's no calories in this. It's amazing. It's for your long gaming sessions after that weird date at Taco Bell. You don't want that. You want to be energized. Pop a mint, breath is good, and your energy is up. You know what's even cooler? You can either buy it like this, 1 pack, or you can buy the whole case. You can play Pulp Fiction with it. You can do a lot of stuff with this. So if you feel like getting arrested in the airport, then buy the whole case. It's a fucking briefcase full of pills. Take a choice. Put it in there like that, boom. Now you're on your way. Catalyst Mints is the energy mint. I'm gonna need you to come take 6 of these. Pour them in your mouth, just open up the
All right, guys, welcome back in time for grand finals. I don't know why Chef is dying right there.
I'm finally getting the experience of seeing what it's like behind the scenes with all of you, and it's, you know, I can't say I didn't expect it, but it's living up to my expectations, and that is why I'm somewhat dying here.
Yeah,
but,
guys, we have a good time here with the gods. We love to have a good time, and that's what we're a little bit lighter than some broadcasts, while trying to be as professional as possible without being as professional as possible. It's an odd combination.
It's unique. It is War of the Gods. It is the very much the style, and it's great. I'm having tons of fun here.
Yep, and we're just waiting on Beaton to join us to get into this match with Semiij. And he is talking in the chat. Get in the king of the hill, Beaton.
Yeah, stop talking. Stop talking.
Stop talking to Sonic in the chat. We get into this match. I want to go to bed. We're getting old. Thank you, Beaton, for getting in the king of the hill. We appreciate it. As we get grand final set up, Beaton coming from the loser side, Semiij coming from the winner side. If we take a quick look at the bracket right before we get in this match, you guys can see their paths in. Semiij having to go through some great players, Illusions, getting through Beaton in winners finals, and Beaton having to go through Perfect Legend, very close. On the loser side, having to go through HoneyBee, coming off second at Evo. Crazy stuff. These are our 2 best players of the night. For sure, they've played outstanding. And this is the run back. It was 3-2-1 winners. Let's see if Beaton can work some of his magic. He's starting off great with the instant jump 1 into the interactable cancel.
Yeah, the jump 1 has to be one of the best anti-airs, or sorry, air-to-air anti-airs in the entire game. Jump 1, of course, from Dr. Fate. Actually, both of these characters have incredibly good air-to-airs. You were just saying earlier that you feel like a lot of the meta in general, of course you were talking about Scarecrow, but I do think that a lot of it in general is air-to-airs we're seeing right now because they give you so much reward. Of course, a down 2 is going to scale all of your anti-air damage to pretty low, but an air-to-air gives you that absolute maximum juicy damage, which is exactly what we've been seeing and what beat on this lead.
Yeah, almost a flawless to start us out from Beaton. And getting set up in the second bar of health as well with these Ox.
Oh, that is going to be a full conversion for some reason. Beaton pressing a button. And damage still pretty good in the corner. 400 for a bar. Whip on wake up. Now, that was smart. That was actually a very intentional bait on the glyph. Because the glyph doesn't move too far forward. It's got a good amount of invincibility, and it's got a great hitbox. But you just whip from beyond its range and it works.
Yeah, and that's something that we didn't get to see Perfect Legend versus Beaton do, is that when Brainiac knocks Fate down, he can go with that range where the glyph will whiff, but Brainiac's back 1-2 will actually hit him through it without getting hit.
Choose between order and chaos.
Once Brainiac gets in that sweet spot in the corner, there's not really much that a character like Dr. Fate can do on Wake Up, which Catwoman does have the normals necessary to do that as well, where she can simply stay out of the range and go for a trip on Oki and not get hit herself and still avoid the event.
Right, she's got the best of a lot of different worlds, and we're seeing that right now. Semiij taking back so much life. Beaton kind of on his last legs here. He can still make it happen, of course. I don't think we even need to talk about how good his comeback potential is. Oh, could have punished again. Oh, but the meter burn back 3. Nothing like it. Gotta expect it from Catwoman.
Semiij going up 1-0, trying to close out the night. SonicFox fan 4999. He's a fan of SonicFox 5000. Saying, I love SonicFox. Hashtag War of the Gods. He's not even competing this week!
Okay, so this guy, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he is the ultimate SonicFox fan. He is, I mean, his name is SonicFox fan 499. That is like, it's pretty telling. He will talk about SonicFox 100% of the time in any situation.
Big start.
Good start here from Semiij. Yeah, that was a big punish with that neutral jump. Oh, wow, that was almost a really good conversion. I think he maybe could have done a 1-1 instead of just a raw 1, but still got something.
Already learned from last game, not waking up, so Semiij is looking for it again. Had the meter back 3 already. Ooh, that's a good chip. Oh, but just jump 2, sniped him out of the air. Whoa, what just happened right there? Catwoman just did a belly flop in midair. I don't even know what that was.
And then he did down 2 canceled into straight whip to make it safe-ish. That was quite the tech, I guess. I guess that's the forbidden tech. Down 2 canceled into anything on block is forbidden tech.
Oh, 100 out of 100. Aquaman, down 2, canceled the Trident Rush. Someone press a button, I dare you.
Oh, that's really good in this game. Way better than it used to be. Oh, God. I did not know that she could actually dodge the glyphs on the way down with Onks.
And oh man, even looking at the orb right in the face, staying out of the range. And you know what they used to say back in the day, if a problem comes along, you must whip it. Whip it good.
The old sages of legend.
Yeah, of our time, the ancient ones, and back 3, forward 3 to death. Semiij 2-0 now, 1 game away from winning his 5th straight week of War of the Gods.
Wow, yeah, this is definitely looking considerably better for him than the first time that these two met in winners. It's looking kind of one-sided, a little bit. I think Beaton just needs to get back in there.
Yep, one more match, all that's needed. The final nail's almost in the coffin here.
It is. It's getting close. But HoneyBee, of course, tweeting, congratulations to him, because that is definitely tough. Saying he won 13 matches after losing first round. He must hate the person who put him in losers first round. Can you imagine? Gosh, but that is a lot of perseverance, a lot of mental strength. Good stuff to him.
God forbid these top players have to put in work, Chef.
Hey, there's putting in work, and then there is winning 13 games straight. Okay, that is work. With Flash, that's still put in work. I know you hate him though, so I shouldn't say.
Ooh. Beaton's throwing everything, including the kitchen sink right now, at Semiij. He's trying to get something going. He's going toe for toe here in game number 3, but he has a mountain to climb. Mount Everest, in fact, if he needs to win 3 straight games and then another 3 on top of that.
Yikes. And I do love really love this usage of the whip that we're seeing from Semiij. He's just really, I think, trying it out and seeing that it works and just saying, oh, wait, this is a great tool. It gets past the orb, it gets past the glyph, it really controls that sort of neutral range that Beaton wants to be in.
All right, we're at least even here this time around on the second bar of health. Beaton has some vengeance out. He's got a little bit of it left. He's gonna keep that orb out. If that would have hit, would have done some extra damage. Ooh, here comes some glyphs coming in. He's just evading, taking his time, being patient. Semiij, instead of going on a complete offense here, showing us his patience with the tournament on the line.
Catwoman can, against any character that doesn't have a low projectile, can, or even some that do, can play extremely patient. I mean, technically with her dodge, she can sit there building a meter, building these cat scratches to make any one of her conversions do a ton of damage, and just be patient. Wait for them to make a mistake. Wait for them to, overcommit with a projectile. That's exactly what we're seeing from Semiij. Oh no, that is so much! I think Beaton should live, but he is going to be so low. Still, he's got a chance. He could do a considerable amount of unclashable damage to Semiij if he gets the chance, but he won't. As Semiij, using the guaranteed interactable setup, will win Grand Finals 3-0, winning his 5th War of the Gods in a row. That is a feat. I mean, and on top of that, again, that match was so close in winners finals, but when it came to Grand Finals, it was a huge adaptation from Semiij, and he really just made it work.
Yeah, Semiij showing his prowess here now. 5 straight wins on War of the Gods. Can he be stopped? That is the question going into next week. Chef just got slapped in the face with how much Noble is going on. The Noble emotes are flying in the chat. Congratulations to Semiij for winning once again. We have officially paid for this man's college tuition.
It's good. It's good to see somebody else's college tuition being paid for aside from Fox. His is already passed.
Yeah, absolutely,
paid.
guys.
Moving on.
That is going to do it for us here in week number 7. Week number 8, we didn't touch on this earlier, is not going to be this next weekend because Summer Jam is happening. It will be the weekend after that, and then the weekend after that is going to be Absolute Battle. And then we will be skipping that weekend as well, as there are going to be some huge tournaments going offline. This is what your points look like. Semiij, you need to calm down! 925 points! Are you kidding me?
Is he going to reach 1,000? That could make things difficult if he reaches 1,000. All right, that's the real question. I actually can't see him not making 1,000, though.
Were you wearing aviators this whole time?
No, I was not.
Okay.
But,
Woo!
that would have been a great trick if I was. I had to give a little bit of respect right here.
It caught me off guard. I thought I was looking in a mirror. All right.
Oh no, I don't have the wonderful mustache.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I didn't see the mustache show. I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
We call this the Asian mustache.
You guys don't know what it's like to wake up in a world and fear waking up that you wake up and someone has shaved you. Like that's a nightmare that I relive every morning. Like I wake up and I go, oh, thank God, it's there.
No, I sadly have never been able to experience that sort of fear in my life. So I'll have to take your word for it.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it for us. Chef, any last words?
Just again, thank you all so much. Of course, I could never replace permanently the wonderful Echo, who I hope he's having a great time moving. So thank you very much to him in particular, because I realized I actually forgot to thank him last time for allowing me to cover for him in this time. So I hope his move is going great, and I can't wait for him to be back on the next broadcast. So yeah, that's aside from that, just thank you to the rest of you. It's been so fun. It's a really, seriously, truly fun broadcast, and that top 8 was ridiculous. That was one of my favorite that I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was great. The characters fantastic. The variety, the knowledge, everything coming together. Chef, thank you once again. Guys, that's going to do it for us. Also, tune into Hometown Heroes tomorrow. That's it. We're going to the finales this weekend, right?
No, there is tomorrow. So it's tomorrow.
Oh,
and
that's
then,
the last top 8.
Yeah, tomorrow's the last top 8. So most of the regions have been set. This Wednesday, of course, 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's going to be the final broadcast for that. And then the regionals on the weekend, and that should be on Sunday in the morning.
Yep.
And it's all across. There's also, what is it, Summer Jams this weekend?
Yep.
There's too many. Yeah.
And then 2 weeks after that is Absolute Battle and the big Hometown Heroes tournament of all the finalists, correct?
Yes, that one's going to be at the GameStop Consumer Expo in Vegas, and there's essentially just far too much injustice over the next month. I don't think somebody's going to die from an injustice overdose. We're going to have the first gameplay OD of all time, I think.
Oh, well, hey, better too much than not enough. Guys, it's going to do it for us. We will see you guys in week number 8 here on War of the Gods after Summer Jam. And guys, enjoy Hometown Heroes and Summer Jam coming up, and we will see you next time here on War of the Gods. Thanks for watching.